World-Defying Dan God Chapter 4361, Pill Soul. Yan Qing continued to rest, while Chen Shang looked at the situation of Aoshi Shenlu. Aoshi Shenlu had absorbed the heavenly nightmare little life soul before, and merged to the present, causing Chen Shang to be unable to carry out a lot of research and attempts. Now that Aoshi Shenlu has finally integrated successfully, then he can verify his previous theories. Although the 6 divine mirrors were flying high in the sky, Chen Shang still looked around before taking out the proud god furnace. However, when he took out the Aoshi god furnace, he felt that this god furnace was very different from before. Not good, Sister Xiaojing hurriedly shouted. Brother, Shenlu releases strong and strange energy fluctuations. Before Chen Shang could react, Little Mirror's sister immediately put the Aoshi Shenlu into the mirror, and then speeded up to leave. What's the matter? What's the matter? Chen Shang could indeed feel that Aoshi Shenlu had changed a lot. It seems that there is no change on the surface, it is still the same, it looks like a very ordinary pill furnace, but the inside is very different. Chen Shang didn't feel the strange spatial fluctuations, but after hearing the words from Little Mirror, he could also guess that it might be the fluctuations of Xiaoming's soul. Aoshi Shenlu was originally a small life soul, and after swallowing the heavenly nightmare small life soul, the two merged. It is not an ordinary small life soul in itself, naturally there will be a very powerful and strange fluctuation. I don't know if it will attract the attention of the heavenly nightmare. Chen Shang was a little worried about this and kept looking around. Brother, Shenlu is the small life soul of Aoshi universe, and the small life soul of Tianmao universe is not weak. When the two merge together, it must be a strong life soul, and fluctuations are normal. Xiaojing the younger sister said, we need to control the sacred furnace now, and we can't let the sacred furnace get out of control. It's true, I've neglected. The Aoshi Shenlu now is not the one before. It needs to be reacquainted. Chen Shang nodded. The Aoshi Shenlu absorbs the heavenly nightmare little life soul, and it will become stronger and new changes will occur. Chen Shang is really careless about this. Sister Jing, you help me see what changes the Shenlu now has. Chen Shang said. When the Aoshi Shen furnace was used to refine things, its quality would be improved a lot. With Chen Zhang's heavenly refining technique, it could easily refine anything into a pill, or a crystal of energy. Refining things in the Aoshi Shen furnace is itself a matter of restraint, and it can also promote easy integration. Now that the heavenly nightmare little life soul has been swallowed, his ability in this area will definitely be improved even more. Brother, I don't seem to be able to use the Aoshi Shen furnace. This guy seems to be able to operate only through the heavenly refining art. Sister Xiaojing said, and it can only be your heavenly refining art. The heavenly refining art that Chen Shang currently mastered had reached a very advanced state. According to Sister Xiaojing's understanding, Chen Shang had already turned the heaven refining technique into a law and integrated it into his own soul. Therefore, when he goes to practice various things, he can always use it naturally, and can unconsciously apply the technique of heavenly refining to the realm of supernatural transformation. Then I will try to see if I can control the proud god furnace in the 6 gods mirror from the outside. Chen Shang said, Sister Jing, you can just help me put things inside. I want to refine the Holy King Yuandan now. The pill that stepped into the Holy King realm was easily refined by Chen Shang before, and this pill was still very useful. Sister Xiaojing puts the required materials into the Aoshi Shen furnace, and then Chen Shang controls the Aoshi Shen furnace to operate. Sure enough, it can run easily. What a strange feeling. Although Chen Shang did not come into contact with the god furnace of Aoshi, he only remotely controlled the god furnace placed inside the 6-way magic mirror, but he could still feel very clear feedback. What kind of feeling? Sister Xiaojing said. Did the power of Tianmao's little life soul manifested? The proud god furnace has swallowed the heavenly nightmare's little life soul. Sister Xiaojing really wants to know what benefits the nightmare little life soul will bring to the god's furnace that day. Wait and see, Chen Shang said. What kind of power is the power of nightmare? The power of the nightmare that Chen Shang had contacted before can be used to strengthen the soul, or to strengthen the soul. The power of the nightmare can have a very special impact on the soul, so what will the upgrade brought by the little life soul of the nightmare to the divine furnace? The speed of condensing pills is much faster. Chen Shang frowned, the quality does not seem to have improved much, and the number of condensed pills has not improved much. Is that the only thing? Sister Xiaojing was a little disappointed and sighed. Could it be that the divine furnace completely refines the heavenly nightmare little life soul without gaining it? Perhaps, after all we eat some beast meat, we won't get the power of that beast, right? Chen Shang laughed. Maybe, Ao Shishan Lu is just like we eat, let yourself it's just nourishment. But God's furnace eats the little life soul of Tianmao. It shouldn't only improve a little nutrition. Little mirror sister mumbled. A person who eats a pig will gain weight anyway. This God's furnace eats it. There is no change in the weight of something like the heavenly nightmare little life soul. The speed of pill condensing has increased a lot, it's okay, it's okay. Chen Shang laughed. That heavenly nightmare little life soul may be fake. The sixth fate soul is too kind, right? Send such an important little life soul out. Sister Xiao Jing pouted, it's a fake, it must be a fake. Because she had great expectations for the Ao Shishan Lu consuming the heavenly nightmare Xiaoming soul before, but now there is not much change, which makes her very disappointed. Soon, Chen Shang used the Ao Shishan furnace to make 4 Holy King Yuan pills. He took out a pill, observed it carefully, and suddenly found something. Sister Xiaojing also held a pill in her hand, and she felt the difference in this pill, just like Shen Shang. Brother, I take back what I said before. The heavenly nightmare little life soul swallowed by Ao Shishan furnace is real. Sister Xiaojing looked at the Saint King Yuan pill held by her little hand, and became more excited as she looked at it. This pill has a soul. Quote. Well, it's the pill soul. Chen Shang took a breath and exclaimed, pills with pill souls are difficult to refine. It is necessary for the alchemist to split enough souls to condense the pill soul. Is there any benefit to pill soul? Little Jing asked. She didn't know much about alchemy. What are the benefits of soul pill? Generally speaking, it can improve soul. And this kind of improvement is much better than holy soul pill or something. Chen Shang said, if you eat holy soul pill, you need to refine and cultivate. There will be a process to improve the soul. How about eating a pill with a pill soul? Sister Xiaojing asked, because she might also be able to improve herself by eating this pill. Eating a pill with a pill soul does not need to deliberately refine and cultivate, the soul will be able to continuously improve. Chen Shang said, Sister Jing, you can try 1 pill. Okay, Sister Xiaojing ate it immediately. Chen Shang also ate the pill in his hand. After eating it, he was shocked and excited because he had made even greater discoveries. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4362, Fu Yuanli Pool. Not long ago, Chen Shang had no expectations for the promotion of Aoshi Shenlu, but now, the surprise that Aoshi Shenlu has given him is too great. I feel that I have improved, although it is only a little bit, but it is equivalent to many years of practice. Sister Xiaojing was very happy, and jumped up and down. Sister Jing, do you have any other findings? Chen Shang asked. Is there anything else? Sister Xiaojing frowned slightly, and then went to recollect what she had just felt. After a while, she shook her head blankly. Brother, there is nothing else to feel. Have you found anything? This kind of pill soul can increase the vitality. Chen Shang said. I feel that my vitality has increased a little bit just now. What's the matter with Fu Yuanli? What kind of promotion is it? Sister Xiaojing asked hurriedly, because she didn't understand it. In fact, many people don't know their own power of empowerment. Chen Shang had asked Yan Qing before, if he knew about Fu Yuanli, and he also talked to Yan Qing about the difference between the Yuanli of the lower clan, the Shang clan and the royal clan. Yan Qing was stunned, he really didn't know the existence of such things as Fu Yuanli. Sister Xiaojing often heard Chen Shang talk about it, and she also saw Chen Shang extract the empowerment of others, but she never felt that she had the empowerment. Because she is rather special, Chen Shang couldn't see how her gifting power was. Fu Yuanli can be understood as a pool, just call it a Fu Yuanli pool. How much the Yuanli power can be depends on the size of this pool. According to my observations, most of the subordinates of the Heavenly Nightmare Tribe's vitality pool is about the size of a water tank. This seems to be so big by nature, and it can be improved in the later stage, and it should take a long time. Shen Shang said. How big is the Fu Yuanli pool of the Shang clan people? Little Jing said. The primordial power pool of the upper tribe is about 30 to 50 times larger than that of the lower tribe. Chen Shang said, and the primordial power pool of the royal tribe is 10 times larger than that of the upper tribe. Brother, what do you mean is that the pill refined by the Ao Shishen furnace can directly increase the Fu Yuan power pool? Little Jing said in surprise. Doesn't this mean that the Fu Yuan power pool can be made infinitely large? Yes. Chen Shang nodded and said, I don't know what kind of improvement will be brought to the living beings after the empowerment pool becomes larger. Brother, how big is your Fu Yuanli pool now? How does it compare to the Tianmeioren? Sister Xiaojing asked. I am now at the level of a member of the Heavenly Nightmare clan. Chen Shang said. I haven't reached the level of a member of the royal clan. I guess that there is also a big difference in the power pool among the members of the Heavenly Nightmare clan. Chen Shang took out another pill of Saint King Yuan pill and ate it, and he was sure that it could really increase the power pool. But, I don't feel my Fu Yuanli pool right now. Or is it because I don't have a soul Fu? Sister Xiaojing's words reminded Chen Shang. The reason why Chen Shang could feel the primordial power was also caused by the soul proposition. He opened up the sea of AA soul proposition knowledge. And Shen Junyi seems to be able to perceive a trace of vitality after having the soul of the sea of AA knowledge. Yes, soul gift. Chen Shang nodded and said, Sister Jing, you don't have soul gift, so you can't perceive your own gift power now. So, what are the benefits of having a lot of empowerment? Sister Xiaojing also wants to know what kind of benefits will be gained after her own empowerment pool becomes larger. According to my guess, the talent should be higher. Chen Shang said. Sister Jing, you should be very clear about talent, right? Determine the upper limit of a person. Some people are born with certain aspects of talent. Is very common. Is this influenced by the primordial power? Sister Xiaojing said. I am not a human being, I am just a weapon soul, and my primordial power is increased. What will be the benefit? If you have a soul gift in the future, then you can make your soul gift stronger if you have a bigger gift pool. Chen Shang laughed. I have good talents in many aspects, but if I upgrade the gift pool, it can make my use of soul prowess more advanced. Hehe, brother, if you use the Ao Shi Shen furnace to refine the energy that you have swallowed, doesn't it mean you can increase it even more? Sister Xiaojing smiled. I don't know what your awakening soul will end up. Kind. Sister Jing, I suddenly had an idea. That is to put my 2 unawakened soul Fu into the Ao Shi God furnace, and then put a variety of energy-generating powers to practice together. In this way, to refine the soul Fu, I wonder if I can awaken it. Chen Shang realized that Aoshi Shenlu can bring great improvement to soul Fu, which helps him create soul Fu. I'm really looking forward to it. Sister Xiaojing suddenly thought of something, and said excitedly, Brother, can you extract your vitality? Then you can eat pill to replenish vitality. The pill produced by the Ao Shi Shen furnace now has a pill soul. After eating it, it can indeed quickly restore the vitality, and then slightly expand the vitality pool. Chen Shang nodded. I don't need to extract someone else's. Give your vitality, draw your own directly, and then add it back. But, if those guys from the Fire Palace come to give it away, let's accept it. After all, you can get it easily. Sister Xiaojing smiled. Haha, there will be opportunities in the future. Chen Shang needs more power to awaken those 2 souls. In addition, Chen Shang also intends to study and understand the altar life soul crystallization, to see if it can help to enhance the soul. Sister Jing, do you think I can put the Proud World God furnace into the space of the altar life soul crystallization? Chen Shang said. I want to try it, will they collide? Well, you can try. With me, there won't be any major problems. Little Mirror said, I will turn the Ao Shi Shenlu over now. Chen Shang was also looking at the space where the altar's life soul crystals were located. What surprised him was that after the Ao Shi Shenlu passed, the altar's life soul crystals shrank rapidly. This thing, very consciously and simply becomes smaller. Ao Shi Shenlu seemed to have his own consciousness. He opened the furnace lid and let the crystal in. This, Chen Shang was shocked. Oh, Shenlu is eating again. Sister Xiaojing exclaimed, what's going on? Sister Jing, go and see the current situation of Shenlu. Chen Shang said. Sister Xiaojing immediately entered the space to check. Brother, the furnace doesn't seem to take time to fuse like before, and you can continue to use it now. Sister Xiaojing opened the furnace lid directly. Ah, it merged in an instant. Chen Shang also felt incredible, and said, what the asterisk is going on? Maybe the soul of the asterisk furnace and the altar are the same. Sister Xiaojing smiled. Brother, let's use the proud asterisk furnace to make alchemy now, and see what changes. But the pill that is refined this time must be given first. Monkey, try it. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4363, Fate. Chen Shang still couldn't take out the Aoshi God Furnace, because once it was taken out, this God Furnace would release very strong fluctuations. The nightmare and the nightmare orcs might be able to perceive it. Brother, that altar of life and soul crystals will not cause you to mutate when irradiated on you, do you know why? Sister Xiaojing asked and replied, I think it's because you are special. I am special. What is special? Although my physical body is very strong, it is not strong enough to be invincible, right? Chen Shang frowned, I also want to know why I will not mutate. Altar Life Soul Crystal has shown you many images, I hope you can learn more. This is mainly because it knows that you created the Aoshi universe. It should feel that your soul is very special. Little Mirror said, if I guessed correctly, that Life Soul Crystal should be able to control the direction of mutation. Wait, then, that Altar Fate Soul Crystal is conscious. Chen Shang said quickly. If this is the case, then it should be the consciousness of a Fate Soul. The Altar Life Soul Crystal itself is derived from a fragment of the Life Soul Crystal. Chen Shang had been in contact with the Great Life Soul of Aoshi Universe before and had also talked, so the Great Life Soul must have consciousness. Yes, that's why the Life Soul Crystal is so gentle when facing you. Little Mirror said. In this way, I should be able to communicate with Fate Soul Crystal. Chen Shang couldn't try it yet, because he needed to get close to the Aoshishan Lu. The Six Gods Mirror flew for most of the day, and finally came to the south. When he was on the road this time, he also saw many large and small altars, especially those large altars, all of various shapes, all of which were huge, magnificent and shocking. He didn't know whether there were life and soul crystals inside those big altars. What's more, he asked Demon Shadow Divine Soul to explore those big altars and found that they were all heavily guarded. It explained that the fact that the life soul crystal of the altar was stolen has been spread to the outside world, and all the altars have begun to take serious precautions. After arriving in the south, Yan Qing's injury was almost healed. After Chen Shang put him down, he took out an instrument and began to detect. Brother Yan, don't you need to fly? Chen Shang asked. Flying shuttle needs a lot of sky source crystals. I don't have many sky source crystals, so I can only walk from land. Yan Qing said. Although he knows that Chen Shang has flying magic weapons, he also understands that it requires a lot of energy. Have you found the Lei Ying altar? Chen Shang also wanted to follow that Lei Ying altar. I found it, here. Yan Qing pointed and said, Brother Shen, I'm sorry, because Lei Yingtan is mainly responsible for spying on information, so it needs to be kept secret. Yan Qing saw that Chen Shang wanted to go to Lei Ying, so he was a bit embarrassed now. After all, Chen Shang saved him, and he had previously entrusted Chen Shang to help him convey his last words to Lei Ying. Chen Shang put aside. It's okay, I can understand. Chen Shang patted Yan Qing on the shoulder and smiled. Brother Yan, can you introduce a large altar that I can go to? Let us think about it. Yan Qing thought. In the Fire King's mansion, the more tolerant altar is Lei Yu altar. The Lei Yu altar owner is the eldest daughter of the Heavenly Nightmare and Thunder King, and the princess is very kind. Okay. Is it a woman? Chen Zhang's eyes lit up. He didn't seem to have seen a woman from the nightmare. Well, I heard that she is very talkative. Yan Qing nodded. By the way, Yan Qing, I remember you have a second body, where did you go? Chen Shang asked, when you were arrested before, why didn't you use it? Can't use it. If I use the second body, it will expose my identity in the Thunder Shadow world. And it won't help if my second body is released. Yan Qing shook his head. How do I get to Lei Yu altar? Chen Shang looked around. This place is so big, how can I find Lei Yu altar? This, give it to you. Yan Qing handed Chen Shang a compass, and said, the direction with a crescent moon sign on it is where the Lei Yu temple is located. If you don't have this thing, can you find Lei Ying Tan? Chen Shang said with some worry, I can't ask for the things you went back. It's okay, I can find it. Yan Qing said with a smile, we spies, we need to have the ability to find altars. Okay, thanks a lot. Chen Shang arched his hands. Brother Shen, be careful on the road. If you have anything you don't understand, you can ask me with the interrogation talisman. Yan Qing said, don't worry, our Heavenly Nightmare people in the Thunder Palace are very tolerant, I can assure you. It's fine to talk like you. Chen Shang nodded and smiled. Farewell. Yan Qing finished speaking and hurried on the way. Chen Shang didn't set off. He looked around. There was still a dense forest. He dug a deep hole into the ground. Because next, he is going to fiddle with that proud furnace. Chen Shang opened up a very spacious room in the cave, and then took out the proud god furnace. What surprised Sister Xiaojing and Shen Shang was that Aoshi Shenlu didn't have any fluctuations, and it was very calm. Is it under control? After the life soul crystal enters the Aoshi Shen furnace, the fluctuation is controlled. Sister Xiaojing asked in surprise. At this time, Aoshi Shenlu made a voice, sounding like an old woman's voice. Cough cough cough. My old lady finally saw the sky again and met a very interesting little guy. Said the voice. Ah, old lady, are you Aoshi Shenlu? Chen Shang was surprised. Or is it the heavenly nightmare little life soul? Neither. I am the peace. The old woman smiled. Little guy, you are quite capable. You deserve to be a man of cosmic fate. What? Universe fate? Chen Shang heard something very strange again. Yes, you have a cosmic fate, which shows that you have a deep connection with the universe. Indirect or direct creation of the universe will give you a cosmic fate. The old woman said. Chen Shang looked at the Aoshi Shen furnace. He did not expect that his Aoshi Shen furnace would be taken away by someone else. But now it seems that she is a relatively friendly old woman. Old woman, what is your background? Are you the soul of the universe? Chen Shang asked. I'm just a decayed soul. My old lady can still meet people with the fate of the universe, so it can be considered good luck. The old woman smiled. Little guy, you have the fate of the universe, but you seem to be concerned about the universe. I don't know anything, what's going on? This, also ask her mother-in-law for advice. Chen Shang said quickly. No hurry, I will teach you slowly in the future. The old woman sighed. If you don't understand anything, you will be stolen sooner or later. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4364, Linglong Mother-in-Law. Chen Shang was very curious about what lifestyle was, and in what state did it exist. He didn't feel it himself. Is it a soul gift? Chen Shang thought of his own soul gift, but he is not the only one who has such a thing. Shen Junyi also has soul gifts, and there are many people in her demon soul girl kingdom. Old lady, what is fate? Why can't I feel it? Chen Shang touched his hair, then touched his own heart. It's a pink and tender little guy who doesn't know anything. Fortunately, I met my old lady, or else you don't know how you died. The old lady said with a smile. Chen Shang looked at Aoshi Shenlu with heart and eyes, and could feel the trustworthy kind, so he didn't doubt her. There are many people who want to kill me. For example, the 6 families of fate and soul. Chen Shang said. Old lady, you are the soul of the 6 families of fate and soul. Then you should know that the 6 families of fate and soul killed you. Of course I know this much better than you. The old woman sighed. I thought I would be gone, so luckily I met you. What the **** is the fate? Chen Shang said. Who is going to steal my fate? Is the Fate Soul 6 clan? At the beginning, he was sealed by the Fate Soul 6 clan, so he first suspected the Fate Soul 6 clan. The 6 Fate and Souls do not know such things as the fate of the universe, they know the fate of the universe, and only the soul of the universe can feel the fate of the universe. The old woman said. So you think who is most likely to steal your life grid? The great soul of Aoshi universe. Is it impossible? Chen Shang shook his head quickly. I have been in contact with it before, and I didn't feel its intention, and it is so powerful that it will steal my life. If you're a grid, you would have already started. Of course it can't be a proud soul. It can't steal your lifestyle, otherwise it will be ruined by itself. Said the old woman. The person who stole your lifestyle is to replace you and become a member of this universe. The only one who lives. In other words, I can't feel the destiny myself. What's the use of that destiny? Chen Shang was very depressed. There was such a powerful thing in himself, but he couldn't feel it. How useless of fate. It allows you to unintentionally control the operation of the laws of the universe. The old woman's voice suddenly became serious. You may not feel it now, but you will be able to gradually perceive the power of the universe in the future. Quote. Is this the function of the cosmic fate? Chen Shang was very puzzled before. He carried out various researches on his own, such as refining alchemy and soul, to control the evolution of various energy. It seemed that they were all smoothly, and they were all achieved smoothly according to his guess. Now it sounds like it may be that he has dominated the power of the law without knowing it. In other words, it was formed by following his ideas. Who is the one who steals my cosmic fate? Chen Shang shook his fist slightly, and now he also realizes the importance of the cosmic fate. With the fate of the universe, maybe he can be in charge of the proud universe. At that time, the 6 life souls, the nightmare orcs of the nightmare family, will all be ants. Generally speaking, the great life soul will have its own power. It is called Life Soul Palace and the like. The great life soul will give the people in the Life Soul Palace some life and soul power, so that these people have enough powerful ability to replace the great life soul. Work, said the old woman. Chen Shang suddenly thought of Huang Jintian. Huang Jintian runs around with the Temple of Proud World. Is it the Palace of Life and Soul? Well, I have a master, he seems to do these things. Chen Shang told the old woman about Huang Jintian. You master, you are good at doing things for the soul of life. But it is not the palace of soul of life. But your master should also be a force cultivated by the soul of life, and it is hidden. It is most likely to restrain the soul of life, the power of the temple. This proud soul, something. At the very beginning, I thought about guarding against the palace of souls of life, and I still entrusted your master, the person closest to you. However, you can't expect your master to block the palace of souls. The old woman said. I don't quite understand. Isn't the Life Soul Palace obeyed by the Daming Soul? Why do you want to get me? Chen Shang curled his mouth and said, if the Daming Soul of the Aoshi universe perceives it, it can't immediately kill the Life Soul Palace. People. No, if it is really possible, I won't fall here. The old woman's wry laughter came from the Aoshi Shenlu. Old lady, have you killed someone in the universe before you? Chen Shang asked. The universe before me was formed naturally, and there is no person with the fate of the universe. That universe is what I keep running. I was destroyed by the Fate Soul Palace and the 6 Fate Soul races. The old woman's voice seemed to be full of hate, meaning. When Chen Shang entered the altar's Life Soul Crystal before, he saw the image, and there was a process of the Life Soul Crystal being crushed. Old lady, before I entered the crystal, what I saw was the process of you being crushed, right? Chen Shang asked. In this way, what is the ability of this life and soul crystal, can it be made clearer? Not bad, said the old woman. I couldn't communicate with you at that time because I was incomplete. I only became complete after merging with this stove to communicate with you. Can your energy mutate creatures? Chen Shang asked. Yes, I'll talk about it later. Don't think about messing around now, it will pollute the reproduction process of your universe, and after many years, it will cause very serious consequences. The old woman said, the heavenly nightmare universe is in this way. Where is the little soul of my stove? Chen Shang curled his lips and said, the little soul is also conscious, so it's gone. The consciousness of Xiaomingshan is not mature yet, but it is me now, and I am it. The old woman smiled and said, it makes no difference. In short, I am your Xiaomingshan. Old woman, what's your name? Chen Shang also gradually accepted this fact. This old woman understands well and may be able to help him a lot. No name, can you help me get one? The old woman said. Chen Shang immediately thought of Long Shuiyi. If she was there, it would be interesting to ask her to help name her. Just call you Linglong mother-in-law. How about? Chen Shang thought for a while and said. Very good, from now on, I am Linglong mother-in-law. The old man laughed cheerfully. Mrs. Linglong, what's going on with my proud ****** furnace now? Chen Shang said, it has merged a part of your universe's life and soul crystallization, is it not a problem? What kind of furnace was originally like, what it is now, there will be nothing in the way or not? Granny Linglong smiled. Of course, you can't use my power to create creatures. I said the reason before, but I can give you a lot of energy in this stove, no need to use DZI beads. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4365, 12 Life Soul Yuanju. Ah, can you draw your energy out to do other things? Chen Shang wanted to use 6 magic mirrors to block the door of that space. Do you use that mirror? Linglong mother-in-law asked. She has the memory of Proud of the Gods, so she knows that the 6 mirrors are very powerful. Yes, Chen Shang nodded. No, my energy cannot be borrowed for other things, unless I merge with that thing. Granny Linglong said. Besides, it requires me to export a lot of energy, which is even more difficult. Okay, Chen Shang was a little lost. Little master, your little stove has swallowed the soul of Xiaoming. Although it has become very strong, it is still nothing. Granny Linglong said. I know, Chen Shang said with a smile, but I'm already content. The pill that the small stove now refining is with pill soul, isn't that good? Look at you, that's what you can do. Granny Linglong said with a smile. I have a plan, I wonder if you are interested in listening to it. Let's take a look, Chen Shang said. You have seen before, I was originally a large piece of crystal, but now it has been crushed. Granny Linglong said. Yes, by the way, why is your consciousness inside that high altar? Or did I happen to meet it? Chen Shang said. Of course it's not a coincidence. First of all, you have the lifestyle, directly awakened me, and broke the seal that suppressed my consciousness. Granny Linglong said. Then, I will send all the souls inside the fragments together. So it's like this. Chen Shang was shocked. Are all your soul fragments sealed in each fragment? Yes, but as long as I have a small part of the astral fragments broken, I can let all the astral fragments travel through space and convene to one place. Granny Linglong said. The plan I want to talk about is that you can collect as much as possible. My body. Ah, how much does that cost? Chen Shang remembered that the crystallization of the soul of the universe seemed to be as huge as the sun. Haha, it's not as big as you think. Let's put it this way, the huge energy crystal is really big, but it is not an important part of my main body. Linglong mother-in-law said. For example, your body, flesh and blood, etc. It can regenerate quickly, can't it? It's true, Chen Shang nodded. The same is true for me. There are 12 main parts inside the universe life soul crystal. They are all in the hands of the life soul 6 races, and they each have 2 parts. Granny Linglong said. If you can get it, then yours a small stove can become a great soul. Ah, is it really a great soul? Chen Shang was surprised. Yes, and you are a person with a cosmic fate. At that time, I will also be one of the big life souls of this universe. Aoshi universe will have 2 big life souls, which are very powerful. It should be unprecedented, Linglong the mother-in-law said. Those guys of the 6th clan of life and soul have plundered a lot of life and soul, but they can't make life and soul be part of the universe. The Aoshi Shenlu was originally a small soul, if it really becomes a big soul, the power can be imagined. Moreover, this is still the great life soul that Chen Shang can control, unlike the great life soul of Aoshi universe, who can play alone without Chen Shang. Of course, you can also dismantle the altar before regaining my 12 life soul element orbs, and absorb the crystals of the life soul. Granny Linglong smiled. It's simple, you seem to have easily gotten into that kind of big altar before. Inside, and then easily slipped away. Okay, Chen Shang nodded and said, I will help Linglong mother-in-law regain the 12 life soul Yuanju. Chen Shang now has another big plan. Tell me about the situation here. I know that the heavenly nightmare came to Aoshi universe, but I don't know what's going on outside. Linglong said. Chen Shang also left this underground room, and then walked towards Lei Yuedan and told Granny Linglong of the situation here. He also talked about his plan to block the door of space. The plan to block the door is good. It can allow them to make concessions and allow you to control the very important Chalong Island. Chalong Island is very important to you at the moment, and that is, you can collect a lot of them through Chalong Island. Tianyuanjing, Linglong mother-in-law said. Mother Linglong, do you think my plan can go smoothly? Chen Shang asked, what else needs to be improved? You underestimated the strength of the nightmare people. Of course, I don't know how powerful your mirror is now. Granny Linglong said, in short, the kings of the nightmare people are very powerful. If they stop you it may be too much. Anything else? Chen Shang said again. There is also the 6 fate soul races. If you show enough strength, it is equivalent to breaking the balance. Originally, this is the battlefield of the Heavenly Nightmare race and the Heavenly Nightmare orcs, and they fought equally. But because of your presence, it broke their balance. Linglong mother-in-law said, do you think that the 6 fate of souls will let you occupy Chalong Island no matter what? Definitely not. Chen Shang nodded. So you are a variable. Variables like you, the 6 fate and souls will definitely be hit. Granny Linglong said, Little Master, you said that you were sealed by them, which means that he knows your importance. So you guard against them. When Chen Shang was in Aoshi-Tnd, the people of the 6 fate soul races could not make it through, and now the space wall of the sanctuary was also strengthened. Not only did the Minghan 6 races strengthen the space wall behind, but the Aoshida Minghan also participated in order to keep the Minghan 6 races from chaos. In other words, the strongest power of the 6 life soul races cannot survive. Little Master, there is no perfect plan in this world. Your plan is very suitable. If something changes later, you can make another plan. You are currently alone, and even if you make a mistake, you won't cause huge losses. Linglong mother-in-law said. Don't worry about it. Chen Shang needs a lot of DZI beads. Sister Xiaojing said that 10 trillion is enough, but Chen Shang intends to collect 20 trillion in order to be safe. He plans to go to Leiyuedan to talk about how to dig specifically. If the heavenly nightmare of Leiyuedan are all gentle and tolerant like Yanqing, then you can trade with them and let them dig DZI beads. He intends to refine the pill at that time for the transaction. It is not a problem at all that he wants to refine the heavenly nightmare element pill, and the refined heavenly nightmare element pill still has the pill soul, which can increase the vitality. Maybe it can lift the subordinates to the level of the upper tribe. If really possible, the heavenly nightmare pill he refined will surely sell well. However, he still intends to help a trustworthy upper clan person first, and raise his power to the level of a royal clan person, so that he can be attracted to the tool person to help him do things. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4366, Leiyuedan. Chen Shang set off to Leiyuedan, and there were still a large number of shuttles flying across the sky from time to time, all of which had just spurted out from the gate of that space. Master, are you planning to drive away all the heavenly nightmare people? You said earlier that the Thunder King and the heavenly nightmare people are pretty good. Don't you plan to keep them? Linglong asked. Don't stay, Chen Shang said. Chalong Island is very important to me. I don't want any heavenly nightmare people to appear on this island. Often they are no matter how good they are, but after all they are heavenly nightmare people. Yes, there will be a lot of trouble if there are people from heavenly nightmare. Granny Linglong also agreed with Chen Zhang's approach and said, but, if they really leave this Chalong Island, they will definitely be hostile in the future. From this island? I'm not afraid of them. If I can really take down this island, it won't be so easy for them to attack Chalong Island. Chen Shang laughed and said, I'm afraid they won't fight. In the eyes of Chen Shang, those Tianma people are full of treasures, especially those who are endowed with vitality. The flight speed of the Six Gods Mirror was much faster than that of the shuttle, and it was also invisible, so even if the nightmare were there, they would not be able to spot Chen Shang. Not long after, Chen Shang came to the outer circle of Leiyuedan. The Leiyu altar is a large altar with a special shape. It looks like a big crescent moon falling on the ground. Even in the daytime, it emits moonlight. If it were night, this Leiyu altar would be very beautiful. The Leiyu altar in the shape of a crescent moon is as high as 1,000 feet and is also very huge. There are dozens of small altars with a height of several hundred meters around. In this Leiyu altar, is there a life and soul crystal? Chen Shang took out a small black stove, which was the shrunken proud god furnace. It must be. How can there be no life soul crystals inside these large altars? The altars are operated by life soul crystals. Linglong mother-in-law said. But well, the life soul crystals of this altar are not mine. What is the life and soul of that? It should be from the heavenly nightmare soul. The energy crystallization of the heavenly nightmare soul is also exploded in the heavenly nightmare universe, and these heavenly nightmare people have collected a lot. Granny Linglong said. The heavenly nightmare soul is not I am so powerful, so I only have a body, without consciousness. Has the consciousness of the heavenly nightmare great fate soul been erased? Chen Shang was surprised. This is all done by the Fate Soul 6 races. They are too powerful, right? The great life soul of Tianmao had the same experience as me, and was betrayed by the life soul palace that it cultivated. Life Soul 6 clan is very treacherous, they specially win over those Life Soul Palace, let the Life Soul Palace turn back. Linglong said. So in the Heavenly Nightmare universe, besides the Heavenly Nightmare orcs and the Heavenly Nightmare people, is there a Heavenly Nightmare Fate Soul Palace? Chen Shang said in surprise, so, isn't it the three forces? Yes, there are three forces. It's just that the Heavenly Nightmare Fate Soul Palace is hidden, and even the Heavenly Nightmare orcs are not there. Granny Linglong said, Little Master, you should have guessed it too, Heavenly Nightmare Fate Soul Palace it's the running dog of the 6th clan of Life Soul. I don't know what the end of the Aoshi Ming Soul Palace of our Aoshi universe will be. Chen Shang sighed, I hope the great Life Soul will be stronger. I hope, Granny Linglong said, Aoshi Universe's great life soul is better than I did at the beginning. He at least attracted your master and let him hide in the dark. Maybe, Aoshi great life soul still got it. A lot of hidden forces have come out. Mother-in-law, will the Aoshi Daming soul be affected by me? Chen Shang said, the formation of the Ao world universe has a lot to do with me. For example, will the Ao world Daming soul's thinking be similar to mine? It's hard to say. I have rarely been in contact with the Mingay universe. Granny Linglong said. I have heard a saying that the soul of the Mingay is the shadow of the person of the Mingay. If this statement is accurate, then it will definitely be. Think similar to you. That's good. Chen Shang smiled. If Daming's soul is as smart as I am, I will definitely not guard the life of the Soul Palace. I hope so. You have to know that the Fate Soul 6 races can capture many arrogant universes, and they can get the big and small Fate Souls. It is the Fate Soul Palace to help them. Granny Linglong said. I was too young and too innocent. Quote. Isn't it? Chen Shang sighed. He observed the environment around the Sha Leyu altar. There were many altars in the center, and many celestial nightmare people entered and exited. Moreover, many houses were built here, all of which were made of wood. They cut down the big trees here, and then built a variety of buildings, large and small, and they look very elegant. They built a city here. At the same time they attracted people from other big altars to come over. Chen Shang discovered that the heavenly nightmare of Leyu altar had a crescent moon jade pendant around their waists. Chen Shang only observed from a distance, and did not enter the city. The center of the city is the Leyu altar, and outside the Leyu altar are various small and medium-sized altars. Outside there are various cities and houses. The cities they built should be activities for the lower people, and most of the upper people are in the center. The altar area. Chen Shang was observing from the air, so he could see clearly. I'll go over and try, what will happen? Chen Shang decided to show his face, enter the city, and talk to the heavenly nightmare of Leyu altar. This city has no walls or anything, it should be because they think those buildings are not important, and no one will attack the city. For the heavenly nightmare, the altar is the most important. Chen Shang landed on the ground, put away the 6 magic mirrors, and then simply dressed up, put on neat white clothes to make himself look cool and handsome, and then walked to the small city in front of which was full of wooden buildings. Many people were looking at Chen Shang as they walked over, because at a glance he could tell that he was not from the heavenly nightmare. Of course, they also know that there are native humans in this place. And Chen Shang is also very weak in their eyes. After all, Chen Zhang's current cultivation base is very low, and from the breath that he exudes, he can feel that the energy in his body is not very strong. Although many Tianma people were watching with strange eyes, Chen Shang still held his head high and walked on the road without the slightest timidity. Chen Shang now also verified what Yanqing said, that the heavenly nightmare people here are indeed relatively gentle ones. If he was at the fire palace, he would have been ridiculed by a bunch of people, and then he would hang him up to play with him. There is also a patrol team on the street. It is a 10-man squad. The captain is an upper tribe, wearing blue armor. The patrols were all wearing armors, and they looked all heroic and brave. After they saw Chen Shang, they stopped. This little brother, are you a human here? The captain asked, where is your sir? Chen Shang looked like a teenager, and Tianmao had a long lifespan, so in their eyes, Chen Shang was no different from a child. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4367, A Different Nightmare. Big brother, I think it's safe here, so I just came in. Chen Shang also smiled and said, I escaped here from another place. My home was originally there, but it was all used by those who used fire. Destroyed. At this time, not only the patrol team, but the other heavenly nightmare people stopped. They are all whispering, the guy who uses fire must be from the fire palace. The guy in the fire palace really didn't abide by the rules. I have said before, not to persecute the native humans. I don't know how the situation there, how many natives were killed. This little guy can come here, it's hard for his life. The captain didn't know what to say at this moment, because in his opinion, Chen Zhang's family should have been killed by the people of the fire palace. Don't run around in the future, just stay here. The captain thought for a while, then took out a piece of paper, wrote a letter, handed it to Chen Shang, and said, little brother, take this letter, go to Leiyuedan, someone will arrange you. Brother, this is. Chen Shang pretended not to understand. Give you a place to stay. The captain smiled and said, don't worry, we are not as hateful as the guys who use fire. Ah, thank you, big brother. Chen Shang quickly thanked him, and he was also secretly surprised. He didn't expect this Leiyuedan person to be so good. Before, he planned to drive away all the nightmare people, but now suddenly felt that if the nightmare people abide by the rules, it would be good to let them stay on Chalong Island, and he could even win over these nightmare people. Heavenly nightmare people are very strong, and they are all very good tool people. Chen Shang planned to investigate further and release the Chalong tribe after confirming the situation of Lei Yueden. At that time, it depends on whether Lei Yueden accepts the Chalong tribe. Chen Shang immediately went to Lei Yueden. The Lei Yu altar has a huge base, like a big mountain. This square base has several doors on each side. Chen Shang could see that many heavenly nightmare people could enter the base of the altar, but he didn't know what to do. The big altar that he killed before, very few people entered. Chen Shang took the letter and walked in with the crowd. There were still many people watching him on the road, but seeing a letter shining with blue light in his hand, the nightmare also understood that this was a patrol team. Let him come. After Chen Shang entered, one of the heavenly nightmare took the initiative to look for him, and he also saw his letter. The middle-aged man took the letter and looked at it, then took Chen Shang to a place and gave him a token and something similar to a house deed. The surrounding area of Aa Leiyu Temple is still being expanded, and many houses are to be built. The house deed that Chen Shang got was the house Lei Yueden gave him. It's on a street, it's 10 stories in total, downstairs is a big shop, and there is a basement. Chen Shang looked at the contents of the deed, secretly surprised, because this Lei Yu altar was still relatively generous. Then he hurried to the street, which was still relatively deserted now. He looked at the shop, which was quite large and could accommodate hundreds of people. A native young human came to the city, and this matter quickly spread among the nightmare people. They were indeed very tolerant and did not dislike anything. Give me a building, do you want me to do business on my own? Chen Shang had planned to sell pill before, but Lei Yueden didn't expect Lei Yueden to give him a building directly, which made it more convenient for him to do business. The question now is, how can he sell the heavenly nightmare element pill without shocking people? He is a native who can refine the heavenly nightmare element pill, it will definitely be amazing. Chen Shang wandered around on the road, chatting with people everywhere to understand the situation of Lei Yueden. The great altar lord of Lei Yu altar is a woman, and also the eldest daughter of the heavenly nightmare Thunder King, also known as the great princess lord. The people Chen Shang asked were all from the lower tribe. They had never seen this great princess, so they didn't know what it was. Below the altar master, there are all kinds of small altar masters, there are 100 small altar masters in total. And there are 50 altars surrounding the Lei Yu altar, all of which are fixed here, and the other 50 altar owners are walking around with the altar. As for the number of people, no one can say for sure, because only those altar masters know the exact number. Chen Shang wandered around all day, and finally asked something useful. In this Lei Yu city, there is a small altar that is mainly responsible for alchemy, called the Danyu altar. The status of this altar is extremely high, and the number of people is very small, mainly for alchemy services. The Danyu altar is responsible for alchemy and planting of medicines, and the upper clans or royals in this Thunder Moon City need to obtain the medicines from the Danyu altar. Even people from other big circles will come here to trade. Their trading methods include exchange of goods or Dao Yuanjing for settlement. A small altar shaped like a stove. Chen Shang quickly found it. Although it was called a small altar, it was several hundred feet high and very large. This altar also has a large base, and there is a door to enter it. There are many Tianma people waiting in line outside, they are all coming to buy pill. After the Tianyuan crystal is mined, it will be processed into round coins. Chen Shang had seen the coins shown to him by the heavenly nightmare before. He was not embarrassed to ask others for it, but he also had Tianyuanjing in his hand, and he planned to process it by himself as a startup fund. To buy a heavenly nightmare yuan pill, you need 500 heavenly source crystal coins. Those who are under the heavenly nightmare people say it is very expensive. Chen Shang could only squat at the door and watch, because he does not have 500 heavenly source coins now. I also have some Tianyuan crystal ore, but if I take it out directly, it will be amazing, right? Chen Shang wondered what to do. At this moment, he suddenly saw a piece of red paper sticking to the doorway, as if it was hiring people. Chen Shang approached and saw that it turned out to be an alchemist. Few people went to see it, because there were too few alchemists. The Danyu altar was posted to let other alchemists know that they were recruiting alchemists. Although I am the alchemist of Aoshi universe, I can make any pill. Chen Shang can only do his old job, first try to see if he can be recognized. He immediately walked to the Danyu altar and went to the shopkeeper. The shopkeeper is an old man, he is not busy, just supervising those who sell pill. The shopkeeper was dressed in blue and was a member of the upper clan. When he saw Chen Shang approaching, he was also very curious about what this local teenager came to do with him. "Hello, uncle, are you a shopkeeper? Are you still recruiting people here?" Chen Shang asked. "Little brother, you are here to find work. I don't have any suitable work for you." The shopkeeper laughed. "If you find work, it takes a lot of effort. You can try to strike." Although Chen Shang could also strike iron, he felt it was easier to make alchemy. He planned to use Tianyuan crystal coins to buy G-beads, so that a large group of Heavenly Nightmare would help him dig G-beads. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4368, Nightmare Chi Pill. This Danu altar currently only recruits people who grow medicinal materials and refine alchemy. Those who come here to find work are nothing more than these two kinds of people. However, these people are very few, especially those who know how to make alchemy, they are very respectable. "Treasurer, although I am a native of this universe, I know how to make alchemy." Chen Shang said with a polite smile, "Aren't you recruiting alchemists?" "I'm an alchemist." "Does anyone in your universe belong to alchemists? Or, your pills are easier to make?" The shopkeeper, a little surprised, looked at Chen Shang again. The shopkeeper didn't seem to doubt what Chen Shang said, because he was not joking. "Of course not. There are also very few alchemists here, and powerful alchemists are even rarer." Chen Shang said, "I happen to have some talents, plus luck, so I also learned some alchemy. But, the pill of our Heavenly Nightmare universe is very different from your proud universe." The shopkeeper said, "The energy inside our Heavenly Nightmare universe medicinal materials is different from the original one in your universe. Also, your flames may not necessarily can refine the medicinal materials of our Heavenly Nightmare universe." The shopkeeper also expressed his own thoughts. "I can try it," Chen Shang said, "refining your easiest pill, so that you won't lose any medicinal materials. This, I can let you try. But, since you are an alchemist, you should also know that there is a great risk in alchemy. If you are not careful, you will get serious injuries to the friar." The shopkeeper said, "Especially for you. For these young alchemists, it is easy to fry the furnace." "Is it?" Of course Chen Shang knew about friar, but he hadn't had a friar for many years, and he almost forgot what it felt like. "No, I have met some alchemists from other universes before, they are like you, want to come here to do things. Then try to refine the pill of our Heavenly Nightmare universe, the result is that the friar was seriously injured." The shopkeeper shakes. He shook his head and said, "Little brother, this is too dangerous, I advise you to give up." "I can try." Chen Shang still insisted. "That's all right, come with me." The shopkeeper could only agree, then walked away from the counter, and left the hall with Chen Shang. Chen Shang followed behind, looking around. "Little brother, I will pay attention to it later. If you fry the stove, I will try my best to protect you." The shopkeeper said, "If you are really an alchemist, with a little training, it should be able to take 10 or 8 years. Refining the pill of our Heavenly Nightmare universe." "Thank you, Grandpa, Grandpa." "Grandpa, what is your name?" Chen Shang asked. "My name is Lu Bai. In fact, I am also an alchemist, but I am only a half bucket of water. After many years of learning, I can barely make a qualified pill." Lu Bai laughed to himself, "So I was arranged. Come to be the shopkeeper, because even if you let me refine a pill, I won't be able to refine a good pill." "Grandpa Lu, what pill do you plan to let me practice?" Chen Shang was also getting close to the shopkeeper. Because the shopkeeper is good and he is in charge of Danuetan's business, he must have a good understanding of the business operation of the pill. In the future, if Chen Shang wants to sell pills by himself, he must get acquainted with people in this area. Originally, our Danu altar recruits people to recruit people who can refine the Heavenly Nightmare pill. Because the Heavenly Nightmare pill is in great demand, it is also the most basic pill. But in your case, as long as you can refine it, Heavenly Nightmare Chi pill will do. Lu Bai said. "The Heavenly Nightmare Chi pill? Is there any difference between this and the Heavenly Nightmare Yuan pill?" Chen Shang asked. "The Heavenly Nightmare Chi pill also has the power of the Heavenly Nightmare, but it is pitiful. It takes dozens of pills to be worth a single Heavenly Nightmare element pill." Lu Bai smiled and said, "But well, the Heavenly Nightmare Chi pill is also useful. Yes, it's great for feeding children." Lu Bai chatted with Chen Shang along the way, and chatted very speculatively. Unconsciously, he led Chen Shang to a very quiet alchemy room. There is a one-person high golden pill furnace, which looks very advanced. The pill furnace of the Heavenly Nightmare Universe is really good. The sanctuary is much better. The Heavenly Nightmare Universe is not only powerful, but the pill furnace is also very good. Chen Zhang's eyes lit up. Although the pill furnace he made by himself was not bad, it was a lot worse than the one in front of him. Moreover, the pill furnaces he refined were all refined in batches, mainly for Holy Soul pill puppets. This pill furnace is very good, Chen Shang said. Have a vision, this pill furnace is used by our altar master. Of course the pill furnace of the Danu altar master is very good. Lu Bai smiled and said, although the altar master doesn't use this pill furnace now, put it here for us. Use, but this pill furnace is considered to be a small celebrity in the Heavenly Nightmare Universe. It turned out to be so. I thought that this kind of pill furnace is everywhere in the Heavenly Nightmare Universe. Chen Shang thought that this kind of pill furnace could be seen everywhere in the Heavenly Nightmare Universe, but he didn't expect it to be a rare thing. No wonder it was better than the pill furnace he made casually. How can it be everywhere? This pill furnace, but the altar master spent many years and sacrifices for many years before it has this quality. Lu Bai shook his head and smiled. Little Shen, you just saw the pill furnace. Very good, but if you understand, you will know how powerful this pill furnace is. Chen Shang thought it was pretty good, but if he was given some time to refine it, he could also refine this kind of pill furnace. He thought it was good, mainly because he thought there were many pill furnaces in the Heavenly Nightmare Universe, so they were placed here. Chen Shang previously thought that the alchemy of the Heavenly Nightmare Universe might be very brilliant, but now that he saw that the altar master who had been blown so bluntly, it took many years to create such a pill furnace, he suddenly felt that the alchemy of the Heavenly Nightmare Universe the way may not be great. Xiao Shen, you can use this pill furnace. This will avoid the fryer. Lu Bai smiled and said, it will also make you do more with less. I also think you look pleasing to the eye, so I made an exception to let you use the altar master's pill furnace. Thank you Grandpa Lu for your care. Chen Shang smiled sweetly. Chen Shang also told Lu Bai his name before, and the old man was very kind to him and very enthusiastic. This is a medicinal material. Lu Bai took out a bunch of golden hay from the storage magic weapon. What kind of medicinal material is this? Chen Shang asked. The Heavenly Nightmare Grass. This kind of grass is in the Heavenly Nightmare Universe. It contains the power of the Heavenly Nightmare, and the alchemist can extract the power of the internal Heavenly Nightmare, and can refine the Heavenly Nightmare Grass. After condensing it into a pill, it will become the Heavenly Nightmare. Qi Dan, Lu Bai said. It took me most of my life to refine the Qi Dan. Ah, how old are you, Grandpa Lu? Chen Shang was shocked. Lu Bai spent most of his life in order to refine the lowest level pill. This is too delicious. 20,000 years old. Lu Bai stroked his beard and sighed. No way, I am born with no talent in this area. That's okay, I will start now. Chen Shang was secretly shocked again. Lu Bai was more than 20,000 years old. In other words, it took 10,000 years to learn how to refine the Heavenly Nightmare Qi pill. With surprise in his heart, Chen Shang grabbed the grass and could sense the power of the nightmare inside, and then directly plunged into the pill furnace. Ah, pill is not made like this. Lu Bai said in surprise. And Chen Shang had already injected fierce flames into the pill furnace, and Lu Bai looked bewildered. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4369, Not Practiced Like This. Lu Bai suddenly felt that the young man in front of him didn't know how to make alchemy at all, because in his eyes, Chen Zhang's operation was messy. Chen Zhang's operation, let alone Lu Bai of the Nightmare Universe, even if the alchemist in the sanctuary saw it, he felt that Chen Shang was in chaos. How can anyone be so casual when doing alchemy? Chen Shang just took the group of medicinal herbs, and didn't even look at it, so he threw it directly into the pill furnace. That's fine, and when it starts to fire, use a very fierce flame directly. In most cases of alchemy, the flame is slowly ignited, allowing the medicinal materials inside the furnace to gradually adapt. Furthermore, Chen Shang caught fire immediately after putting the medicinal materials into the pill furnace. This was also wrong. Little Shen, who taught you alchemy? Lu Bai repeatedly shook his head and said, or, you are doing alchemy in this place like this. I taught myself. Chen Shang grinned and said, Grandpa Lu, what's the matter? Oh, it's not done like this, it's not done like this. Lu Bai shook his head and sighed, it's so crazy, but fortunately, it uses the altar master's pill furnace. If you use other pill furnaces, it might already be fried. Quote. I know that my practice is different from others, but isn't the final result just for pill production? Chen Shang said. He didn't realize how outrageous his operation was in Lu Bai's eyes. That's not bad, but if you come here, you can't make a pill at all. Lu Bai looked at the pill furnace and said, Xiao Shen, can you make a pill? Of course I will. Shen Shang looked puzzled and asked, Grandpa Lu, what's the matter? This, for example, that group of medicinal herbs should be dealt with before refining it. Lu Bai said, the first time you refining this kind of pill, you must first be familiar with the medicinal materials and then carefully refine the medicinal materials. Powder for finished medicines, if necessary, even supplementary medicinal materials should be added. Really? Then, Chen Shang asked, he was really curious about how to practice next. Because of this kind of refining method, it sounds similar to sanctuary. If you need to add auxiliary medicinal materials, then you have to deal with the auxiliary medicinal materials. Then preheat the pill furnace, at least half an hour. Lu Bai said. Chen Shang seldom saw the step of preheating the pill furnace, so he asked, why do you want to preheat? Because when processing medicinal materials, they are refined with flame outside, and most of them are refined into powder, and the temperature is extremely high. When the pill furnace is preheated, the temperature of the powder and the inside of the pill furnace can be made the same. Lu, Your Majesty said. It's mainly for the powder to quickly adapt to the environment of the pill furnace, isn't it? Chen Shang nodded. Yes, after the powder enters the pill furnace, the fire has to change from weak to strong. At the same time, you have to use enough spiritual consciousness to constrain the powder into a ball, and gradually use the flame to refine it, so that the powder will fuse and condense into a pill. Lu Bai said. The whole process sounds simple, but in actual operation, it is difficult to achieve perfection. Lu Bai has now determined that Chen Shang doesn't know how to make alchemy. Grandpa Lu, the medicinal materials can actually be done inside the pill furnace. Chen Shang said. Put the medicinal materials into the pill furnace for processing. The medicinal materials are heated inside to turn into powder. The medicinal gas will overflow during the heating process. If the medicine gas is bound, and the medicine powder is wrapped with the medicine gas, the quality can be improved. This, Lu Bai frowned, unable to refute for a while. He thought for a while, and said, it sounds like this, but it is difficult to do. Burning medicinal materials in a pill furnace is difficult to control the heat. The medicinal gas may burn with the flame, and the heat energy will overflow from the pill furnace. It's not particularly difficult. Chen Shang smiled and said, the flames released directly will definitely not work, but if the power of the soul is integrated into the flame has the soul, which is equivalent to your soul in the pill furnace. Participate directly in alchemy. Lu Bai was stunned. He immediately realized what? The key to alchemy is that the flame is good, but how to improve the control of the flame? And what Chen Shang said, using souls to control fire and putting part of souls into pill furnaces to refine alchemy is very difficult to do. Yes, Chen Shang said lightly, but it is difficult for others to do it. This requires a certain talent. Chen Zhang's method is more sophisticated now. This is what he has only recently realized, that is, turning his soul into a holy soul pill puppet, and directly enters the interior of the pill furnace to control the fire to refine the pill. He only needs to inject the flames, and leave everything to the holy soul pill puppet, that he temporarily condenses to refine. As long as it is not particularly difficult to refine the pill, the holy soul pill puppet he released temporarily is completely capable. So looking at him now, it's just putting in the flames, and it's very relaxed in all aspects. Grandpa Lu, who taught your alchemy? Chen Shang smiled and said, I feel more complicated, or else, wait for you to do it for me and show it to me. Let's learn from each other. Xiao Shen, are you sure you can refine a celestial nightmare chi pill? Lu Bai doubted. When you make a pill, you need to concentrate on it. Honestly, I think you are doomed to fail from the beginning, so I don't stop talking to you. It is not difficult for me to refine the heavenly nightmare chi pill, and I can definitely succeed. It seems that it is not a problem for me to refine the heavenly nightmare elementary pill. Shen Sai laughed. He only needs to inject flames now, and everything in the pill furnace will be handed over to the holy soul pill puppet. Xiao Shen, your practice completely violates common sense. Lu Bai still shook his head and said, although you are right, it sounds like that, but it is difficult to do that. Even our altar master, you may not be able to do it. My alchemy is learned from the alchemy master. At this moment, the temperature of the Dan furnace was dropping. Look, it failed. Lu Bai felt the temperature of the pill furnace plummet, and smiled. Your sanctuary set is not suitable for refining the pill of our heavenly nightmare universe. Although Lu Bai believed that Chen Shang didn't know how to make alchemy, he didn't reveal it personally. He just said that Chen Zhang's method was not suitable for making the pill of the heavenly nightmare universe. Grandpa Lu, I'm almost done. Chen Shang said with a smile. How could it fail? This kind of pill is very easy to make, and the medicinal materials are very mild. Huh, you're almost done. I can refine a furnace, and it will take 2 hours at the fastest. You are only half an hour away now. You are just starting now, how could it be done soon? Xiao Shen, don't tease me. This kind of pill refining needs to be taken seriously. Lu Bai didn't believe that Chen Shang was about to finish the practice. The pill furnace was very hot just now, but the temperature disappeared in the blink of an eye, because the heat was all absorbed by the pill under Shen Zhang's control. Chen Shang opened the lid of the pill furnace, and then controlled a few hot pills floating out, golden red. There were 6 in total. Heavenly Nightmare Chi pill, isn't it like this? Chen Shang asked. For Chen Shang, this was just a casual exercise, and there was no difficulty at all. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4370, Second Altar Lord. Lu Bai saw the 6 pills floating out, and his whole body was stupid. This shock caused him a tremendous impact. If a pig floated out of Dan Lu, he might not have been so surprised. But these 6 Heavenly Nightmare Chi pills shocked him more than the 6 pigs floating out. The first is the quality of these 6 pills. Lu Bai can tell at a glance, this is the Wang Pin Tianmao Chi pill. It may even be far beyond the kind of king product he knew. The quality is already extremely high. It is the highest quality Heavenly Nightmare Chi pill Lu Bai has been exposed to for many years. In the Heavenly Nightmare universe, the pill that alchemists must learn is the Heavenly Nightmare Chi pill. Looking at the talent and future potential of an alchemist is to see what quality of Heavenly Night Chi pill he can refine when he is learning to refine the Heavenly Nightmare Chi pill. Lu Bai's limit is the middle grade Heavenly Nightmare Chi pill, and it took him a long time to refine it very hard. If he can refine the top grade Heavenly Nightmare Chi pill, his status will be even higher, but he hasn't been able to refine it so far. Above the top grade, there is also the best Heavenly Nightmare Chi pill, and there are even fewer alchemists who can do it. And Wangpin is even rarer. Anyway, the entire Danyu altar can only be refined by the Lord of the Danyu altar. This is also what the altar master must do, otherwise no one will approve it. That's why Lu Bai was very shocked, because Chen Shang was able to refine the king's Heavenly Nightmare Chi pill. What shocked him was that Chen Shang was able to directly produce 6 pills, which he could refine very easily and quickly. Lu Bai began to doubt life. Xiao Shen, are all the alchemists in your place so powerful? Lu Bai looked at the 6 Heavenly Nightmare Chi pills that fell in his palm and took a deep breath. I don't know if they can refine the Heavenly Nightmare Chi pill, anyway, I can do it now. Chen Shang laughed. Grandpa Lu, can I refine the Heavenly Nightmare Element pill next? Xiao Shen, you must stay in the Danyu altar. Do you have a place to live now? Just live here, Lu Bai hurriedly said. The Heavenly Nightmare Chi pill you refined is very good. I can only have 1 at most. The stove has 2 grains, but you can get 6 grains. It's still of such high quality. He was afraid that Chen Shang would leave Danyu altar. I have a place to live. Before Lei Yueden, I gave me a deed. Chen Shang said. You stay here for a few more days. I'm really a dog. I thought Xiao Shen didn't know how to make alchemy. It was me who didn't know how to make alchemy. Lu Bai laughed at himself. So I can only be a shopkeeper, without being able to become a master of alchemy. Grandpa Lu, I want to try to refine the Heavenly Nightmare Element pill. Chen Shang said, do you know G beads? There are a lot of G beads on this Chalong Island. I am very short of G beads. I want to exchange for Heavenly Origin Crystal through alchemy. Then exchange the Sky Source Crystal for G beads. Lu Bai is a businessman, and he immediately understood what Chen Shang meant. It's too simple. Don't have to be so troublesome. The G bead matters to me. You are a member of the Danyu altar from now on. We will give you medicinal materials, and you can provide a certain amount of Heavenly Nightmare pill every month. We will give you Tian Yuan Jing and other resources. After Lu Bai finished speaking, he took out the Heavenly Nightmare Yuan Ginseng, the main medicinal material for refining the Heavenly Nightmare Yuan pill. He also wanted to see how far Chen Shang could refine the heavenly nightmare yuan pill. Chen Shang took it and threw the Tianmao Yuanshan directly into the pill furnace as before. Lu Bai's mouth twitched when he saw it, and he was extremely envious. Because the process of Chen Zhang's alchemy seems to be very easy, throw away the medicinal materials casually, and then casually set the fire, and then chat for a few words, this is the pill. However, Lu Bai needed a whole day to refine the heavenly nightmare element pill, and he could only produce 2 grains, and the quality was still medium. Xiao Shen, how is the situation? Is it different from when you made the heavenly nightmare qi pill? Lu Bai was a little worried that Chen Shang was not suitable for the heavenly nightmare yuan pill. Because he has seen that some people are very good at refining the heavenly nightmare qi pill, but when they go to refine the heavenly nightmare element pill, they are very hip. It's no different, Chen Shang laughed. It's just that the number of pills out is not as large as that of heavenly nightmare qi pills. That's okay, you are still a young man, and you can be very powerful if you can refine it. In Prince Lei's mansion, you can refine a pill at a young age, and there are very few who can refine a heavenly nightmare qi pill, let alone a heavenly nightmare element pill. Lu Bai was relieved a lot. In his opinion, even if Chen Shang refines the low-grade heavenly nightmare qi pill, it is incomparable to those genius youths in the Thunder Palace. Not long after, Chen Shang opened the pill furnace. 4 heavenly nightmare pills floated out, and they were all Wang-rank heavenly nightmare pills with dazzling light. Chen Shang could feel that the heavenly nightmare element pill he refined with other pill furnaces was much worse than that of Ao Shi Shen Lu. The heavenly nightmare element pill refined with the Ao Shi Shen furnace was far superior in quality to what he had refined now, and it was even faster. However, these 4 heavenly nightmare primal pills shocked Lu Bai once again. The 4 king-grade heavenly nightmare primal pills, even the Lord of the Danyu altar couldn't do it. The speed, quality and quantity of Chen Zhang's heavenly nightmare pill are much better than those of the Danyu altar lord. Lu Bai swallowed and suppressed the shock in his heart. He knew that he had picked up the treasure, and he had to report this matter to the Lord of the Danyu altar, and even the great princess of Leiyu altar. Although Chen Shang is not from heavenly nightmare, Lu Bai feels that Chen Shang must be taken seriously. Because this can bring an incomparably huge improvement to the entire Leiyu altar. Xiao Shen, I will take you to rest now. Lu Bai said, I want to contact the Lord of the Danyu altar, and I will let the Lord of the altar to discuss cooperation with you personally. I will definitely give you a high treatment. Lu Bai was so excited now that he immediately took Chen Shang straight to the most luxurious guest room of the Danyu altar and let Chen Shang stay in it. Then he hurriedly left and went to a room where there was a sound transmission array, through which he could contact the Lord of the Danyu altar. Chen Shang was in the room, figuring out how to make a price to Lu Bai, and at the same time, he was also estimating how long it would take to collect 2 to 3 trillion DZI beads. After collecting the DZI, the space door can really be sealed with the 6 divine mirrors. How should we negotiate with the nightmare? In short, he must drive all the heavenly nightmare from the Fire King's mansion out of this island. As for the people in the Thunder Palace, Chen Shang can indeed feel their tolerance and sincerity, and it is possible for them to stay on this island. He had planned to drive away all the heavenly nightmare people, but now it seems that the heavenly nightmare people in the Thunder Palace are pretty good. Maybe they can really cooperate with them, and learn from them to become stronger. Not long after Chen Shang thought, Lu Bai hurried over. Xiao Shen, the altar master said that he will come to see you immediately. Don't worry, the altar master will give you the position you deserve. Lu Bai laughed and said, at that time, you might be the second altar master of the Danyu altar. Grandpa Lu, I'm an outsider. How can I become your second altar master? Chen Shang was also a little surprised. What's wrong with outsiders? We don't distinguish between these. Lu Bai smiled and said, actually, there are some people from other universes in the entire Leiyu altar's sphere of influence, but you haven't seen them yet. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4371, Lord of the Danyu altar. Chen Shang now knows why Yan Qing recommended him to Lei Yueden. People from other universes can be accommodated here, and they can be treated equally, which is indeed very tolerant. By the way, how about your altar master? Is it easy to talk? Chen Shang smiled. I will find out before your altar master comes. Well, Lu Bai smiled embarrassedly. Xiao Shen, let's not hide it from you, I rarely contact the altar lord. I don't know much about the altar lord. In fact, there is only alchemy in the altar. Only an alchemist with a very high level can often come into contact with the altar master. So it's like this. Chen Shang said, "Your altar master, what's your temper?" Chen Shang was worried that the other party had a bad temper, which would be difficult to get along with. The lord of the altar is a woman, she has a temper. I don't know. Lu Bai smiled bitterly. Xiao Shen, you don't have to worry about it. You are still a child, and you are so good looking and so good in alchemy. The Lord will definitely take care of you. Really? Female? Chen Zhang's eyes lit up. If the other party was a woman, he planned to abduct this altar master and take him to the Heavenly Mother Holy Palace. Yes, but I haven't seen what she looks like. You know, such a big person, and a woman, who rarely shows up. Lu Bai shook his head and laughed at himself. I am a small person, I am not qualified at all. Go and see the dignity of others. Is she in Danyu altar? Chen Shang asked. No, she was at Leiyu altar before. Because the main altar owner of Leiyu altar is a woman, most of the altar owners of Leiyu altar's subsidiary altars are mainly women, so they should be women. Lu Bai said. That's it. Chen Shang suddenly felt that this Leiyu altar should be able to cooperate with the women of Bayawadiandi and the others. 100 Flowers Heaven and Earth had just come to the sanctuary, they hadn't fully adapted to the sanctuary, and things like Heavenly Nightmare and Heavenly Nightmare Orcs appeared again. Of course, Chen Shang hoped that 100 Blossom World could learn from the nightmare, so that he could become stronger and be able to fight against the 6 Fate Souls in the future. Before, Zuying, the Phoenix, had mastered the power of the nightmare through learning and cultivation. Xiao Shen, you can definitely see the true face of the altar lord. Maybe, the big princess will summon you. Lu Bai excitedly said. At that time, if it is convenient for Xiao Shen, just say a few words for me. Up. Grandpa Lu, have you met the great princess? Shen Shang asked. How could I have seen? The great princess is the jewel in the hands of King Thunder, and his strength is also very strong, and he can be crowned king in the future. Lu Bai exclaimed. The great princess is the daughter of the king, plus all aspects. They are all extremely good, and the king should be an ironclad thing. How can you be crowned king? What are the benefits of being crowned king? Chen Shang wanted to understand clearly how strong the king was among the Tianmao people. The king can get a bigger altar. The benefits of that kind of altar are many times greater than that of a large altar like Leiyu altar. Lu Bai shook his head. I don't know the specifics. In short, Tianmao universe there are only 10 kings. For many years, no one has passed the test of concluding kings. Examination of the king. Chen Shang frowned. Is there still such a test? Who is it? The 10 Nightmare Kings are recognized by most of the royal family members of the Tianmao clan. It is said that the test is to kill a sufficiently powerful Fate Soul 6 clan people to be crowned kings. Lu Bai whispered. This is not casual. You can do it. So the 10 Nightmare Kings are very strong, and they have all killed the strong of the 6th clan of Life Soul. In that case, the great princess can become a great altar owner because of his strength. Chen Shang said. Of course, the great princess killed the powerhouses of the 6 Life Soul races, so he got the Leiyu altar. There are many children of Wang Ju, but not many can own the altar. Lu Bai exclaimed. The great princess obtained the status by strength. It is said that she was almost killed by the people of the 6th clan of Life and Soul. Reward on merit. Chen Shang nodded. That's pretty good. By the way, if you are a member of the upper clan or the lower clan, you can also kill the people of the Life and Soul 6 clans. Can you get the corresponding treatment? Of course. Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King, he was originally a subordinate. Lu Bai lowered his voice and said, who knows about this, but everyone dare not talk about it. For fear of offending. Thunder King. Ah, Lei Wang turned out to be a member of the lower clan. Chen Shang was very surprised. It's a pity that I haven't seen King Lei. It's my great wish to see King Lei. Lu Bai said. Chen Shang had seen it at sea before. At that time, he only knew that the Thunder King of Nightmare was very strong, and did not know the story behind the Thunder King. Before long, someone hurriedly walked in from outside, a young boy. Treasurer, the master of the altar is here, the master of the altar is here. The young boy was panicked. I'll go out to meet you. Lu Bai was also a little nervous, and then said to Chen Shang, Xiao Shen, just wait here. Okay. Chen Shang, who had just got up, sat back again. After Lu Bai went out, it didn't take long for him to walk in with a woman wearing a golden robe and a golden mask. Chen Shang is a young boy, this woman is just a little taller than Chen Shang. This is the Danyu altar lord, she is indeed a woman, Chen Shang can only see her eyes, They are beautiful and sharp, as if they can see through the hearts of others at a glance. The moment Chen Shang saw her, he concluded that her soul was extremely strong, and her vitality was also extremely high, much higher than that of other royal family members. What surprised Chen Shang most was that he felt a familiar feeling in this woman. Soon, he remembered what it felt like. This feeling is the same as the first time he saw Yanqing before. He first saw Yanqing when he saw two big men coming out of a flying shuttle. Yanqing had a second body at that time. In other words, the feeling the woman in front of him gave him was because she had a second body. In other words, this woman is the second body. The Danyu Altar Lord didn't come personally. Instead, come with a second body. However, this second body is also very strong. Hello Altar Lord. Chen Shang flashed many thoughts in his mind, and then quickly saluted. Hello, little brother. You are a human being from Aoshi Universe Sanctuary. Are the human beings here the same as you? Danyu Altar Master asked, his voice quite gentle and polite. No, there are many human populations in Sanctuary. Chen Shang smiled. Then you should be a very powerful one. What level do you belong to in the Sanctuary? The Danyu Altar Master smiled lightly, then stretched out his hand and gestured to Chen Shang to sit down. I don't know, Chen Shang said with a confused look. The sanctuary is very big, I don't know anything about the sanctuary. What he said is also true. Little brother, I've seen all the pill you cultivated. Can you refine it to me again? Danyu Altar Master said. If I personally confirm that you can make that level of pill, then you from now on, I will be the second Altar Master of Danyu Altar. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4372, Great Sheriff. Before, Chen Shang only thought that Liu Bai, the shopkeeper, was just talking about it, but he didn't expect that the second Altar Master would just give it to him. This is too casual, right? Chen Shang finds it difficult to understand this. He is not a Tianmao, and he does not know whether he is good or bad. If he can refine alchemy, he will be the second Altar Master. Altar Lord, isn't this too casual? I am an outsider after all, and you don't know me, are you the second Altar Master for me? Chen Shang shook his head and said, furthermore, I am not necessarily suitable to be the master of the second altar. Little brother, to be the master of the second altar is mainly to improve your status. This will give you the right to speak in the Danyu altar. Although the Danyu altar lord is about the same height as Chen Shang, she still touched Chen Zhang's head like a child's head, and then said, as for the question of trust, this is too simple. We just need to sign a soul contract. You can rest assured that the contract will not restrict you too much, it only requires you not to harm the interests of the entire Lei altar. Chen Shang thought for a while, and felt that it didn't seem to be a loss. If the contract is signed by then, there are really too many restrictions, and he can refuse. Well, I can start alchemy now. Chen Shang said, alchemy is a piece of cake for him. Start with the Heavenly Nightmare Chi Pill. The Danyu Altar Master looked around in the hall, then walked to one of the doors to enter the alchemy room. After she entered, she took out a pill furnace and let it out. This pill furnace is not very big, it is only half a person high, it is light blue, and it looks very beautiful and delicate. This pill furnace is better than the one you used before. Danyu Altar Master said. You can rest assured to practice, don't worry about the danger of the friar. Chen Shang nodded. The lord of the Danyu altar took out a bunch of medicinal herbs, which was the heavenly nightmare grass used to refine the heavenly nightmare chi pill. After Chen Shang took it over, he immediately threw it into the pill furnace and set it on fire to start refining. The Lord Danyu altar was watching with wide eyes, and he could see that the big beautiful eyes under her mask were full of shock. She could clearly see the internal conditions of the pill furnace. She wanted to learn Chen Zhang's alchemy, but now she found that she couldn't learn it at all. Because during Chen Zhang's process of alchemy, all the changes inside the alchemy furnace were completely natural, as if there was no external intervention, and they were proceeding naturally inside the alchemy furnace. When a ball of grass encounters a flame, it will naturally refine and then naturally condense into a pill. The whole process is very fast. Unlike their usual alchemy, they first perform various cumbersome steps, then preheat the pill furnace or something, and finally perform various operations inside the pill furnace, and carefully refine the alchemy, which can be said to be broken. And what about Chen Shang? He sat cross-legged on the ground, with one hand propped on his face, and looked very casual, as if he was waiting for a pill. Yes, he seems to feel that he hasn't done anything now, but the pill furnace is making alchemy himself. This is also true, because just now, he separated part of his soul and condensed a pill puppet, entering the pill furnace to control everything. The Danu altar master couldn't describe what kind of pill technique this was, and she was also very sure that she couldn't learn it. Because this kind of alchemy is like a kind of talent, it is an innate ability. Chen Shang himself knew very well that he had reached a very strange state in alchemy, and he couldn't teach others. What he can do is to point and guide others to make alchemy, so that they avoid detours or point out their problems. But it didn't take long for a pot of pills to be made. 6 heavenly nightmare chi pills. Before Chen Shang opened the lid of the pill furnace, the Danu altar master gently exclaimed, same as the treasurer Lu said. Then she opened the stove lid, took out 6 pills, and ate one of them. Wang Pin. No. This should be above the king grade, the holy grade. The lord of the altar exclaimed again and again, looked at Chen Shang in disbelief, and asked, little brother, where did you learn your alchemy? Quote. I taught myself, Chen Shang said. How old are you? As he said, the Danu altar master took out an appliance, like a washbasin, and then placed it on Shen Zhang's head. After testing, she frowned and said, only 14. Chen Shang was also surprised. It was a few months since he was tested last time. Why is he still 14 years old? The detection device of the Lord of the Danu altar should be more sophisticated, not only detecting the body, but also detecting the soul. Your body and soul are both 14 years old. So, you can't be a reincarnated person. The Danu altar master can only accept the facts and exclaimed, maybe, this is born. Altar master, can you refine the heavenly nightmare element pill next? Chen Shang laughed, and he suddenly felt that he might not grow up for another reason. He previously thought that by improving his soul and cultivation level, he would be able to grow his body, but after so long, his body has also grown a little bit, and he still looks like a teenager. Yeah, here, the lord of the Danu altar handed Chen Shang Tian Mao Yuanshan. Chen Shang started right away, and quickly produced 4 heavenly nightmare element pills. The Danu altar lord was not as surprised as before, even if she identified the heavenly nightmare pill of the holy product. She is only excited now, because she found the treasure in the Danu altar. Little brother, you leave the Danu altar master with me, and I will take you to Lei altar. The Danu altar master said, take you to see the altar lord of Lei altar and sign a contract with her. Ah, didn't you sign a contract with you? Chen Shang said in surprise. He didn't expect to see the big princess soon. Of course I want to sign a contract with the great princess. Danu altar lord laughed. Don't worry, she is not scary. Chen Shang could only follow the lord of the Danu altar to leave the Danu altar and go to the Lei altar. The lord of the Danu altar took Chen Shang in and out through a dedicated passage, so he could reach the Lei altar soon and came to a small fragrant hall. Not long after, a woman in a white dress came over. She also wore a mask, but after seeing her eyes, Chen Shang felt familiar. This woman is obviously the great princess, the eldest daughter of the heavenly nightmare Thunder King. Then he quietly looked at the Danu altar lord next to him. Could it be that the Danu altar lord is a clone of the great princess? Chen Zhang's heart was shocked, and he immediately opened his eyes. Then you can see that although the two of them are different in body size, but their frequency of soul fluctuations is the same, indicating that they have the same soul. Everyone's soul fluctuates with different ripples, only the same soul will have the same ripple. So Chen Shang immediately concluded that the Danu altar lord was the second body of the great princess. Chen Shang suddenly remembered that Lu Bai had said before that most of Lei Yuedan's altar masters are women, and they rarely show up in normal times. Could it be that most of those altar masters are clones of the great princess masters? Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4373, Heavenly Nightmare King. Little brother, I heard Danu altar lord talk about you. You can sign a contract with me now. The big princess also has a gentle voice. She is higher than Danu altar lord, and her voice is also the same as Danu altar lord. The lord of the moon altar is different. Their looks may be different, but their souls are all the same. Big princess, I have a small condition. Chen Shang whispered. What are the minor conditions? The big princess asked. I want to see the faces of you and Danu altar lord. Chen Shang smiled and said, you are so mysterious. Yes. The great princess took off his mask when he finished speaking. Then the lord of the Danu altar also took off the mask. They are all beautiful, the temperament is the same, they look gentle and generous, although elegant and noble, but they also have a very approachable feeling. Chen Shang is even more certain, they are the same soul. Why are you looking at us? The big princess smiled lightly. Actually, not many people have seen us in Leiyuedan. I'm just curious. Shen Shang smiled. You are so beautiful. Really, so what do you think is the difference between our heavenly nightmare clan women and your proud universe? The big princess smiled softly. She looked at Chen Zhang's handsome face and couldn't help touching it. Chen Shang felt the tenderness of the beautiful jade hand, and only felt a very strange feeling. It's no different. Chen Shang scratched his head and smiled. Really, shouldn't we be more beautiful? The great princess's beautiful eyes, which were tender and watery, seemed to be suddenly flowing with passion, gazing affectionately at Chen Shang. Chen Zhang's heart was shocked, this woman was charming him. And this is not an attack with that kind of charm, but with a gentle force. It all feels the same. Chen Shang smiled, and then reached out to touch the beautiful face of the princess. The big princess quickly grabbed Chen Zhang's hand. She really didn't expect that Chen Shang would actually touch her face, but she didn't say anything, after all, she did it first. What surprised her most was that Chen Shang was not captured by her. You know, her feminine art is very strong in the soul attack art, let alone men, many women can't pass her level at all. Many women will be overwhelmed by her gentle eyes, and will finally fall in love with her. However, the little man in front of him can actually bear it. Big sister, what is your name? Chen Shang asked. Shinru, this is my real name. Even my father doesn't know that I have this name. I only tell you. Shinru smiled softly. Little brother, your name is Chen Shang, right? From now on, you will be the second altar master of my Leiyu altar. The second altar master of Leiyu altar? Didn't you say that you can become the second altar master of Danyu altar? Chen Shang said in surprise. Aren't they all the same? Shinru said. Come on, you sign a contract with me, as long as you agree to not harm the interests of Leiyuedan, I won't ask you too much. Of course, you can also ask me put forward the terms of the contract. Chen Shang also proposed the terms of the contract, that is, Shinru should not hurt him. This dim soft naturally agreed, and then gave Chen Shang a token of the Lord of the Second Altar. Brother Shen, do you want my sister to become stronger? I'm only one step away from becoming a king. Shinru said, then stroked her long hair, her eyes softly watching Chen Zhang's. The Danyu altar lord had also withdrawn from this small hall. Of course I hope that my sister will become stronger, so that it can cover me. Chen Shang smiled. Sister Shinru, can I make you stronger by alchemy? I'm afraid it won't work in a short time. Shinru shook her head and said, Brother Shen, sister has an unsympathetic request. I hope you can help me. Chen Shang immediately realized that it was not good. This woman gave him a second altar master. It turned out that it was conditional. Of course, it was all up to him to agree or not. I will try my best. Chen Shang said. Among the Heavenly Nightmare clan, there are 3 emperors and 10 kings. Have you ever heard of it? Shinru asked. Chen Shang nodded. The strongest is the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King, and she is a woman, and also a great beauty. Shinru said, my father has pursued her for a long time. In fact, 90,000 of the 10 kings are all men, and they have all pursued them. But did not succeed. Which faction does the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King belong to? Chen Shang asked. 3 emperors, one of them has no power. The 2 emperors are divided into the Crazy Emperor and the Shao Emperor. The Heavenly Nightmare Pill King and my father, the Heavenly Nightmare Thunder King, belong to Emperor Shao's faction. Shinru said. Ah, so, Sister Shinru, what do you need me to do? Chen Shang asked. I hope you can sneak into the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King and steal a pill from her. As long as I eat that pill, my strength will be able to keep up. Shinru said, don't worry, Heavenly Nightmare Pill King. She won't kill anyone, even if she knows it, at best she will just drive you away. If you are exposed, tell her your identity. Knowing that you are mine, she won't embarrass you. Sister Shinru, stealing things is not good. Chen Shang muttered, I don't want to do bad things. That's not stealing, it's borrowing. Shinru smiled softly, and said, brother, if I can be crowned king, I will definitely be able to repay it. Why don't you go to borrow it yourself? You are all women, you must be easy to talk. Chen Shang asked, and your father is the king of Nightmare Thunder, so it's okay for your father to borrow it. Because that pill is very important, she wants to keep it for herself. Shinru shook her head and said, it's just that the time is not there yet, she hasn't eaten it yet. What kind of pill is it? There is only one, Chen Shang asked in doubt. Why can't you practice more? That pill was made from the soul of a strong soul of the 6 life souls, it is difficult to have a second pill. Shinru shook her head. I'm afraid I can't do this kind of thing. Chen Shang said. Your talent is so good. She must like you very much, and then accept you as a disciple. Just get her trust, Shinru said. I really need the king, and that pill is even her, it's useless if you eat it. Why? Chen Shang was dumbfounded, this second altar master was not good at all. Because she ate that pill, she wanted to die with an enemy of the 6th clan of life and soul. Although it is possible to kill the other person, she will die herself. It is also a great loss for us. Shinru sighed. If you can steal success, Emperor Shao will also be grateful to you. Ah, what a grudge, I'm going to die together. Chen Shang naturally knew that the 6th clan of life and soul had done a lot of evil. The parents of King Heavenly Nightmare Pill were brutally murdered by the Minghan 6th clan, and they were killed in front of her. Shinru shook her head and sighed, so she has been thinking about revenge. Chen Shang kept looking at Shinming with open eyes, and was sure that Shinru had not lied to him. So do you want to help Shinru? He is thinking about it. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4374, Obsessed with the King. While Chen Shang was thinking about it, the Linglong grandmother in the Aoshi God furnace suddenly said, Little master, be more sober. Hearing Linglong's mother-in-law's voice, Chen Shang also suddenly recovered. Brother Shen, how are you thinking about it? Shinru asked. Chen Shang also didn't know whether Shinru was intentional or unintentional. In short, he just wanted to agree, and some couldn't control himself. He guessed that it might be Shinru's charming power that was affecting him, and that Shinru shouldn't be deliberate, it might be that she unknowingly used this strange charm to influence Chen Shang. Fortunately, Chen Shang suddenly woke up. Sister Shinru, this will be risky. And, I need to put in a lot of effort to do it. Chen Shang scratched his head, a little embarrassed. I don't want to go, because I'm afraid. Brother Shen, I said before that King Heavenly Nightmare Pill is very good. She is the same as me and will not give you any pressure. Shinru lightly stroked Chen Zhang's head and laughed softly. If you can help your sister succeed in making the king, then, sister will marry you and be your wife. Chen Shang was startled, then opened his eyes to look at Shinru's gentle and beautiful face. This woman doesn't seem to be joking. I'm serious, I can sign a soul contract with you. Shinru smiled softly. Brother, you are so handsome, and you will definitely be more handsome when you grow up. You are so powerful in alchemy, you must be a very good mate. But, Sister Shinru, I already have a wife. Chen Shang whispered. Huh, Shinru was startled slightly, and then smiled softly. Brother, it's normal for an excellent alchemist like you to have a wife, and there are not too many. I really can't tell. No way, you can't help it. Chen Shang smiled embarrassingly. There is nothing wrong with me. Let's just make it. As long as you can borrow that pill for me and let me become king, then I will be with you. Shinru said. Chen Shang only felt very strange, why was Shinru so anxious to be crowned king? It can even be said to be at all costs. Sister Shinru, is the title of king important to you? Chen Shang asked. Very important. If my strength can't be improved, I will miss a lot of opportunities in the future, then I will always be behind. Shinru said with a sad expression. I am too useless, and I can only use this the way become stronger. Brother Shen, will you look down on me? That's okay, let me try. But, Sister Shinru, you have to do me a favor, I need a lot of G. Chen Shang said. G beads. Shinru immediately took out a handful of beads, which were the DZI beads. Well, this is it. Chen Shang nodded and said, I need 30 trillion grains. Ah, Shinru was also surprised when she heard this number. Brother Shen, can you tell me why there are so many? Shinru knew that this kind of beads contained energy. On the other side of Chalong Island, there are my sects. They need a lot of DZI to maintain the formation, so as to make them safer. Chen Shang casually said a reason. Okay, wrap it on my sister. Shinru smiled softly, then leaned over, kissed Chen Zhang's cheek, and whispered softly, Brother Shen, let's sign a contract. Chen Shang knew that Shinru had pinned all her hopes on him. Because he is indeed very likely to steal that pill from the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King. Subsequently, Chen Shang and Shinru signed a soul contract. Brother Shen, don't be concealed. In the big altar of Lei altar, all the masters of the altar are actually my clones. I am strong, and my clones are also very beautiful. Shinru smiled. It seems to imply something. As Shen Shang guessed, all the Lord of Lei altar are her clones. This fairy, he obviously looks so gentle and charming, and doesn't feel charming at all, but why is it so alluring? Chen Zhang's heart is a bit shaken now, his concentration has not been subjected to such an impact for a long time. Sister Shinru, how many clone altar masters do you have? Chen Shang asked. Your altar master's clone is so powerful in alchemy, then can your deity make alchemy? I am also an alchemist. I have more than 100 clones, and their alchemy level is about the same as mine. It's just that outsiders don't know. Shinru smiled softly. I only tell Brother Shen you now alone, I trust you very much. Even my father doesn't know about this. Sister Shinru, if I don't steal that pill, I can help you succeed in becoming the king, is it considered as fulfilling the contract? Chen Shang asked. Little bastard, do you want me that way? Shinru covered her mouth and smiled, of course it's the completion of the contract. What Chen Shang fancied was her clones, she was a perfect alchemy tool person. As long as he helps Shinru improve his alchemy, then her clone can also improve, and he will be able to help him refine more alchemy. Sister Shinru, when I collect those DZI beads, I will set off right away. Chen Shang said. Don't be in a hurry, the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King hasn't come here yet. Shinru said, during this time, let's develop our relationship first. Even if you fail to help me become one of the Heavenly Nightmare Kings, if we have in terms of feelings, maybe we can be together too. Chen Shang felt that Shinru must have other purposes, such as studying his alchemy. If Shinru was an alchemist with a very high level of alchemy, then she must know that Chen Zhang's alchemy was very magical, and she could also see that Chen Shang was definitely an alchemy wizard. Originally, Chen Shang only wanted to enter the Danyu altar, but he didn't expect to become the second altar master now, and maybe he could become the man of the great Princess Shinru. Sister Shinru, why do you trust me so much? Are you not afraid that I am a bad person? Chen Shang said. I know you are a little villain. Sister Shinru is very accurate. Shinru laughed jokingly, Brother Shen, do you really know your own value? In the sanctuary, there must be no one by your side. The girls are turning around you, haven't they told you why they want to approach you? Because, am I handsome? Chen Shang touched his face. This is of course one of the reasons. Shinru chuckled, and then couldn't help but caressing Chen Zhang's handsome face. She suddenly realized that Chen Zhang's face seemed to have magical powers, which made her caress so much that she couldn't put it down. Chen Shang really didn't take the initiative to tease her sister this time, it was her sister who was teasing him. I know that my alchemy is pretty good, but it won't make you, the great princess, Shinru, be so enthusiastic, right? Chen Shang curled his lips and said, Sister Shinru, you are the great princess, you are very powerful. There is another heavenly nightmare Thunder King father behind him, can you see me? What's the use of strength no matter how strong? In front of the Fate Soul 6 clan, I am nothing. Unless I can eat that pill, strength can break through the bottleneck. There is enough power to kill a strong man of the Fate Soul 6 race, then you can be crowned king. Shinru said. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4375, Fuyuan Li Dan. Chen Shang seemed to understand a little, Shinru had the obsession of being a king. This should have something to do with the environment in which she grew up. After all, it was a rare thing to become a king of the Heavenly Nightmare clan. Furthermore, after becoming a king, she can seize more opportunities and become stronger. The 10 kings of the Heavenly Nightmare clan have a lot of strength from other Heavenly Nightmare people, just because they are all kings, have a lot of resources, not to mention, and have enough strength to seize the opportunity to make themselves stronger. Sister Shinru, haven't you thought of other ways? Chen Shang asked. There is no other way. Without that pill, my strength would stop here. Then I gradually age with the years. I am only one step away from that state. Shinru said with a sad expression, my father also helps. No way for me, only that pill can make it. Well, I will definitely try my best to get that pill. Chen Shang said. Brother Shen, you let me see hope. I bet everything on you. Shinru quickly grabbed Chen Zhang's hand, just like grabbing a life-saving grass, watching Chen Shang with gentle and sincere eyes. Sister Shinru, if you succeed in becoming the king, you have to do something for me, can you? Chen Shang said, I I have a lot of great plans, and I need powerful help. It must be no problem. Shinru smiled and said, then can you tell me about your great plan? Temporarily keep it secret, Chen Shang laughed. Little villain, then can you tell Sister Shinru, how many women are there in your washing carrot? Shinru patted Chen Zhang's handsome face, and smiled, you look like a teenager, so why are you arguing everywhere? What? I can't remember how many. Chen Shang really didn't take statistics seriously. Huh, what a wicked little villain. Shinru snorted and laughed. Well, I will arrange for someone to dig out G-beads for you now. Afterwards, Chen Shang talked about the Chelong clan. After Shinru heard this, she also promised to settle the Chelong clan. Chen Shang came to the outside of the altar and released the Chelong tribe, and then Shinru arranged for someone to take the Chelong tribe in the open space near the Leiyu altar to build a building. Shinru delineated an area for the Chelong clan, allowing them to develop there. Chen Shang really didn't expect to settle the Chelong clan so easily, so he would have time to toss about various things next. For example, he wants to reform himself and create a different path of practice. He had said before that Dao Yuan Jing, Heavenly Dao Seed, and Soul Fu were all cultivated together. Then it is necessary to refine a pill with a pill soul to enhance one's own energy. Awakening Soul Fu is also very important. He is now going to refine all the Fu Yuan power he collected into a pill. Chen Shang couldn't predict what would happen to that pill in the end if it was refined through the Aoshishen furnace. Awaken Soul Fu first. Chen Shang took out the Proud God furnace in the quiet alchemy room, and then put all the collected Fu Yuanli beads into the alchemy furnace. After putting it in, he started to operate the pill furnace. If it were before, the pill furnace would need to consume a lot of DZI to operate. But after Linglong's mother-in-law brought life and soul energy crystals into the pill furnace, Aoshishen Lu had a powerful energy source and no longer needed DZI beads. My road to cultivation should be to continuously improve my soul, Chen Shang thoughtfully said, and to cultivate all the things that are originally important to the physical body, such as the heavenly Dao seeds and Dao Yuanjing, into the soul. He wants to open up an energy space inside the soul, and store energy in the energy space of the soul, so that even if his body is destroyed, it will have no effect on him. Chen Shang told Linglong's mother-in-law what he thought. Master, don't you plan to cultivate the physical body? Linglong mother-in-law asked. Anyway, the body is also very important. Cultivation of course, it's just that I want to refine my body into a magic weapon. Chen Shang said with a smile. So I don't need to practice the body in the way others do. If your soul is strong enough, you can indeed do this. The premise is that you master the method of tempering your body. Granny Linglong said. I already have the method. Chen Shang intends to sacrifice his body through the 6 magic mirrors. Sister Xiaojing is the best at this, so Chen Shang is not worried at all. The Shinru commander went down to dig the DZI beads with her hands. She also sincerely wanted to help Chen Shang, so she worked very hard, even through her own affection, to let other big altars help to dig. After all, there are a large number of G-beads under Chelong Island, which can be easily digged, and there are so many Tianmao people that it will not take long for Chen Shang to dig the number needed. If Shinru knew that Chen Shang used G-beads to block the space door, maybe she wouldn't help Chen Shang. She knows that Chen Zhang's background is certainly not small, but she didn't think so much. After all, in her opinion, Chen Shang is a young man, and in the sanctuary of the Aoshi universe, no matter how strong it is. When Chen Shang used the Aoshi Shen furnace to refine the Fu Yuan Li pill, it was still quite difficult and consumed his own energy. However, after 4 days of hard work, he finally used a lot of Fu Yuan Li to refine a pill of Fu Yuan Li. The pill refined through the Aoshi Shen furnace has a pill soul inside. And this pill soul of Fu Yuan Li pill is even more powerful. My soul does not have a large enough stable energy space, otherwise I put this pill into the soul's energy space, and it can be directly absorbed. Chen Shang can only swallow this pill now. After eating this pill of Fu Yuan Li, he immediately felt the majestic Fu Yuan power pouring into the soul, entering the Soul Fu consciousness sea, and being absorbed by the 2 unawakened Soul Fu. Brother, when the unawakened soul gift is absorbed enough, you will try to take it out, and put it in the Aoshi Shen furnace to practice. Sister Xiaojing suddenly reminded Chen Shang. Yeah, Chen Shang had the idea of cultivating Soul Fu before, he wanted to cultivate a strong Soul Fu. The unawakened soul gift has been absorbing the vital energy frantically. And that pill of Fu Yuanli, now only a small part of it has been absorbed. Half a day passed, there was still half of the Fu Yuan Li pill, and the two unawakened soul Fu seemed to have begun to awaken. It's now. With a thought, Chen Shang exhausted his powerful soul power to remove his unawakened soul and introduce it into the Aoshi Shen furnace. Then, from his body, he took out the half of the Fu Yuan Li pill that had not been absorbed and put it into the Aoshi Shen furnace. Little master, it's incredible. Maybe you have to make something that goes against the sky. Granny Linglong is a great soul after all, and she is also well informed. She immediately realized that Chen Shang was doing terrible things. Mother-in-law, I don't know if I can succeed. Chen Shang solemnly said, I am suppressing the awakening of those two souls. I will try my best to practice more vitality before they are awakened. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4376, Adventure Sacrifice. After Chen Shang took the Fu Yuan Li Dan that had not been completely refined, he put it into the Aoshi Shen furnace to continue refining. Chen Shang originally thought that this pill of Fu Yuan Li was enough, but he did not expect that after the two soul Fu entered the pill furnace, they would fuse together, absorbing more energy. If this continues, it won't take long for all the Fu Yuan power to be absorbed. Then the soul Fu is still not awakened. Chen Shang was surprised. After putting it into the proud god furnace, the growth space of the soul Fu is even higher. Little master, the fusion of two unawakened souls has improved a lot. Naturally, it needs to absorb a lot of vitality. Granny Linglong said, if there is not enough vitality for it to absorb, then this awakening will fail. Failed? Chen Shang was startled, and hurriedly asked, if you fail, what will happen? I don't know too well, I'm worried that this unawakened soul gift will dissipate. Linglong mother-in-law said, for the soul gift, awakening is equivalent to crossing the catastrophe, and awakening failure is the failure of crossing the catastrophe. However, according to the speed at which the soul Fu absorbs the primordial power, it is definitely not enough. Chen Shang greatly underestimated the amount of primal power absorbed by the soul. And he didn't expect that after the two soul Fu entered the pill furnace, they would actually be refined into one. Little master, I have a way. Granny Linglong said, you should have heard that some refiners even need to sacrifice themselves in order to refine good things. This is mainly because they encounter to a situation like this. I've heard of it, some just sacrifice hands and feet, which can bring very good effects. Chen Shang nodded and said, does. I also want to make sacrifices. What can I sacrifice? Your soul gift, Granny Linglong said. Don't you still have a soul gift? That soul gift is also very strong now, if you are willing to. Heart-minded eyes. Chen Shang refused in his heart, because heart-minded eyes are very important to him. You sacrificed your own soul gift. If the last soul gift successfully awakens, you may inherit the ability of Shinmingyan. Granny Linglong said, it may not be possible to inherit all the abilities of Shinmingyan, and there may be any abilities. No inheritance. This really needs a gamble. Chen Shang sighed. I'm worried that even if I sacrifice my heart and my eyes, I may not be able to awaken in the end. It's also possible, Linglong mother-in-law said. But there is no good way at the moment, I can only take one step and count one step. Chen Shang closed his eyes, and immediately began to peel his mind and eyes out of his own soul Fu knowledge sea, and then put it into the Aoshi Shen furnace. It is still painful to peel off the mind and eyes, especially the severe pain from the depths of the soul, so that Chen Shang almost fainted. Now he can even catch up with his heart and eyes. If it still doesn't work, then he can only find another way. Just an hour passed, and Shinmingyan was almost absorbed by the unawakened soul. However, that soul gift still showed no signs of awakening. Chen Zhang's heart was cold at the moment, and the appetite of this soul poem was far greater than he expected. However, this also means that if this soul gift is awakened, it will be extraordinary. Therefore, Chen Shang must continue to feed this soul gift no matter what, otherwise, once he fails, he will lose a lot. Chen Shang sensed that there was someone outside. It was Shinru who came back. And Shinru had been outside his room door all the time, seeming to be exploring something. After all, his current Aoshi Shenlu was not small, and the spirit of the soul fluctuated very strong. Even Aoshi Shenlu, it is difficult to stop the fluctuations of the soul from being transmitted at this moment. Little master, Shinmingyan eyes are about to be eaten up. Granny Linglong sighed, if it doesn't work, then I will go. Mother-in-law, wait. Chen Shang said, I have a way. Now, Chen Shang can only ask Shinru for help. He promised Shinru to help her become a king, and Shinru also asked him. Chen Shang controlled the door of the alchemy room to open, but Shinru outside was a little surprised. The surprised look on Shinru's face soon disappeared, and a gentle and sweet smile appeared. Brother Shen, did I bother you? Sister Shinru, I need your help, Chen Shang said solemnly. Shinru also walked into the alchemy room, then closed the door, and laid several layers of barriers. Her face gradually became serious, and she said, Brother Shen, what are you practicing? The movement is too loud, fortunately for me. The Lei altar is still tight, and this kind of fluctuation has not leaked out. She could see that Chen Shang was messing up something incredible. I'm cultivating soul fu, Chen Shang said. Sister Shinru, I need to be empowered, do you have one? Because Chen Shang sacrificed the soul gift of Shinmingyan, he still couldn't perceive the vitality, or even see it. Brother Shen, how do you know the soul energy of Fu Yuanli? Shinru was surprised in her heart, but her gentle and beautiful face seemed very calm, because she knew that Chen Shang was facing a very critical situation now. Without Chen Zhang's words, she walked to the side of the Aoshi god furnace, and then stared at the god furnace, and she saw her gentle watery eyes suddenly emitting two golden soft rays. It's Fu Yuanli. She is unleashing vitality. Sister Shinru, thank you so much. I will definitely repay you. Chen Shang said. If I help you become a king, I don't want you to marry me. Chen Shang knew that such a contribution to the vitality was also a great effort for Shinru. The vitality could be restored, but it would take a long time. Especially for people like Shinru with a large pool of empowerment, once her pool of empowerment dries up, it will take many years to fill it up again. The strength of the heavenly nightmare is mainly dependent on the power of energization, so Shinru can be so helpful, and Chen Shang is also very grateful. You don't want me, do you dislike me? Shinru smiled softly. Don't worry, my contract with you will not change. Shinru was shocked when she learned that Chen Shang was cultivating soul fu. She naturally knew what soul fu was, but she had never heard of soul fu. What's more, she doesn't understand what Chen Shang is doing now, only knows that Chen Shang is doing very powerful things. Sister Shinru, if your vitality pool is drained, how long will it take you to recover? Chen Shang asked. This will affect you. It will be fully restored in a few hundred years at most, and it won't be a problem. Shinru said. Furthermore, I rarely use Yuanfu, because I don't have soul fu. We know very little about Yuanli. I just know it's amazing. Sister Shinru, I have a way to let people have soul gifts. In return, I will experience to get you soul gifts. Chen Shang said. With soul gifts, you can use the power of vitality to have souls beyond life. The power of the 6 races. What methods can people use to obtain soul gifts? Shinru was surprised. Your universe has not been born for many years. Why do you know these things so much? World Defying Dan God Chapter 4377, The Benefits of Multiple Clones. Chen Zhang's research on soul prowess did not take long. It was only after he came to the sanctuary that he started, or the heavenly clan mother told him about soul prowess. I don't know either. Anyway, I was tossing around, and I gradually understood a lot. Chen Shang said, Sister Shinru, you must believe me. I have a way to get you a soul gift. The growth of the soul fu makes the soul fu release a powerful force. I also know that Fu Yuanli is very important to soul fu, but I don't have soul fu at all. Soul fu is very rare, are they all born? Shinru shook her head and said, my father doesn't have. He said that if he has a soul gift, his strength can be improved even more. Although your father doesn't have a soul gift, he is powerful. And the power of the soul gift is diverse, and some can't help fight at all. Chen Shang said. Brother Shen, what is your method for letting people obtain soul gifts? Or, how do you want people to obtain soul gifts? Shinru wanted to know. She whispered, if it's not convenient to say, you can leave it alone. I probably have 2 ways. One is to use the energizing force to nurture. The other is to create through a special soul gift. Chen Shang said. To use a large amount of primordial power to nurture, the premise is to collect a lot of primordial energies, and then refine these primordial energies throughout Shishen furnace. At present, this is only Chen Shang believes that it is theoretically feasible. To create through special soul prose, this is what Shen Junyi said before, Shen Junyi's lovesick soul prose can be split and copied. It's the first time I heard that Fu Yuanli can be practiced. Shinru looked at Chen Zhang's Ao Shi Shen Lu, her eyes continuously shot Fu Yuanli into the pill furnace. If she hadn't seen it with her own eyes, she wouldn't believe that Fu Yuanli could be put into the alchemy furnace for cultivation. This can be said to be an eye-opener for her. Sister Shinru, how much do you have? Chen Shang asked. There are many more. Don't worry, my energizing force pool is very deep, and has accommodated a lot of energizing force for many years. Because I don't consume much energizing force at ordinary times, so I have been trying to compress the energizing force. So the quality of my empowerment is also very high, Shinru said. Chen Shang now doesn't have a soul gift, so his perception of the primordial power is very weak, otherwise he will definitely be able to perceive the high quality of Shinru's primordial power. Compressing the primordial strength, this is equivalent to practicing. Is there any effect? Can it expand and deepen the primordial strength pool? Chen Shang asked. No, the Fu Yuan Li Pan seems to be that big by nature. After so many years, I have only expanded it a little bit. Shinru shook her head and said, my father said, the size of the Fu Yuan Li Pan determines a person. Talent, there is no way to improve talent. I don't know if the talent can be improved, but the Fu Yuan Li pool can definitely be expanded. Chen Shang smiled and said, Sister Shinru, didn't you just say that, after so many years, the Fu Yuan Li pool has expanded a little bit? Quote. It's so good, but it only improves a little, which has no effect at all. Shinru shook her head. Chen Shang knows how to expand the Fu Yuan power pool, but the prerequisite is to have soul Fu first. Especially people like Shinru, who are born with a large and deep primordial power pool, need soul faves to improve. If it's an ordinary person, eating the pill with the pill soul in the early stage can easily and quickly increase the vitality pool. After reaching a certain level, the speed of promotion will slow down. Brother Shen, you can let me have a soul gift. This seems to be an act against the sky and violates the laws of nature. Will you be influential? Shinru said with some worry. For example, what will happen? Yes, or it will lead to the 6 life soul races to chase and kill. No, Chen Shang is least afraid of God's punishment or something. Then I'm really looking forward to it. Shinru suddenly became a little excited, but her soul gift is what she dreams of. After I have a soul gift, I can enter a new realm, and my strength will be even higher. Maybe I can be a king. What? It's the best if this is the case. Chen Shang smiled and said, Sister Shinru, if you have just obtained a soul gift, you will not become strong for the time being, because soul gift needs to be cultivated and needs to be adapted. To dig out the power of the soul, it is difficult for me to help you. That is, this kind of thing can't be anxious. I can really get a soul gift, and I will definitely work hard to cultivate. Shinru looked forward to it even more. Chen Shang was watching the changes inside the pill furnace, and he realized that something was wrong. After absorbing the soul fortune of Shinmingyan, the soul fortune that is being refined in the Aoshi Shinlu, it absorbs a large amount of vitality from Shinru, which naturally becomes much stronger, but this also causes the appetite of this unawakened soul fortune getting bigger. The unawakened soul gift that Chen Shang is now cultivating is like a bottomless pit, and the more it swallows, absorbs and grows, the more the whole swallowing power becomes. Brother Shen, the things that are made in your pill furnace are terrible. Now it is absorbing more and more of my energizing power, faster and faster. Shinru's face became more solemn, as a large amount of energizing power was lost. She is not as energetic as before. Not enough. Chen Shang sighed. Sister Shinru, I underestimated the appetite of this thing. It's okay, I still have a lot of bodies, I will call all of my bodies here. Shinru smiled softly. I have been unable to expand the pool of empowerment for so many years, but I can transfer the empowerment to other physical ones. Chen Shang also knew that Shinru had many clones, all of which had been arranged by her to be the master of the altar, so she controlled the entire altars of Leiyu altar. Not many people know about this, maybe even her father doesn't know it. It didn't take long for the altar master of the Danyu altar to come. Chen Shang had seen him before, and then altar masters came over. They are all clones of Shinru, and they are also very beautiful women. Most of their faces are slightly changed with the face of Shinru's deity, and they look like sisters. These avatars of Shinru also have a lot of primordial power, and they inject the primordial power into the Aoshi Shinlu one by one. Before and after, dozens of clones came over to infuse the Fu Yuan force into the Aoshi Shen furnace, and it took a total of more than 2 days. The absorption speed has slowed down a lot. Chen Shang said. Is that almost done? Shinru said happily. She doesn't need to inject vitality now, but let the clone do it. She has hundreds of clones, and many of them are queuing outside. It should be coming soon. Sister Shinru, thank you so much this time. Chen Shang said, without your help, I would definitely fail this time. Chen Shang really didn't know how to repay Shinru. If it weren't for Shinru's so many clones to contribute to the vitality, Chen Shang really couldn't collect so much of the vitality. What are you polite? You may be my husband in the future. Shinru smiled softly, and then said, Brother Shen, your alchemy seems to be able to practice everything, completely different from the alchemy we know. Quote. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4378, Shocked. Shinru can see it in these 2 days. She also knows that this kind of alchemy cannot be learned. She just feels very curious why Chen Shang, a young man, can do this kind of thing, because of this kind of alchemy. It doesn't seem like a young man can practice it. People with cultivation bases like Shinru have a lot of knowledge and know that Chen Shang is a golden thigh. So she will also try her best to help Chen Shang solve the very important problem right now. Even if Chen Shang didn't say to help her obtain the soul gift, she would definitely help Chen Shang by relying on Chen Zhang's alchemy technique and promised her to go to the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King. Sister Shinru, my alchemy is very peculiar, I am afraid that only I can master it. Chen Shang said, although I can't teach you, I can point you based on my experience. It should be helpful to you. Then thank you Brother Shen first. Shinru was very happy, with a soft laugh, and said, my clone will be able to improve alchemy. If my alchemy improves, they will all follow suit. It's great. Sister Shinru, why do you make so many clones? Are they very strong? Will this distract your energy? Chen Shang looked at the 2 beautiful women next to the pill furnace. They were both Shinru clones, and they were now injecting vitality into the Aoshi Shinlu. They were all wearing masks, but after they came in, they took them off. It seemed that Shinru deliberately asked them to take off the masks for Chen Shang to appreciate. Their looks are somewhat similar to Shinru, and they are also beautiful, but they lack the gentle and heart-warming feeling of Shinru. I have been stuck in a bottleneck for many years. I can't continue to improve, and I can only practice the clone. If my clone is enough and strong enough, then it is my strength. Shinru said. My other skills no, but I should be the strongest in the Heavenly Nightmare universe for cultivating clones and controlling clones. Sister Shinru is really amazing. Chen Shang smiled. That is, I am very talented in this way. Shinru was quite proud, and smiled triumphantly, of course, others don't know. Because these clones are my killer. Chen Shang now also sees the power of Shinru, just cultivating these clones requires a lot of time and energy. These clones are not as strong as her deity, but they can be of great help at critical times. During the battle, if I am injured and consume too much, these clones can immediately help me and regenerate me quickly. Shinru said, I have been able to kill the 6 powerful souls of the life soul several times before. Those who use this trick. Ah, the clone can still be used like this? Chen Shang asked in surprise. Yeah, so when I fight, I mainly fight and consume with others, and then recover by surprise, and hit the opposite side by surprise. Shinru sighed softly, although I was a little tired, it was very effective. No way, all aspects are not good enough, so we can only use this kind of hard work. Sister Shinru, don't be humble. Chen Shang said with a smile, you are already very good. It is only a matter of time before you surpass your father. Whether I can surpass my father, it's up to Brother Shen. Shinru smiled. I place my hopes on you. If you say that, it will put me under a lot of pressure. Chen Shang laughed and said, Sister Shinru, I will definitely try my best to help you. I always feel that you are not an ordinary child. I have tested your age, and you are indeed a teenager again. Shinru pursed her lips and looked at Chen Shang. You'll know it later. Chen Shang smiled. Anyway, I don't have any bad thoughts about Sister Shinru. Shinru just smiled. She didn't believe that Chen Shang had nothing to think about her. Because of Shinru's large number of clones to help inject vitality, Chen Shang is also much easier now, otherwise he would not have the time and Shinru to chat. Before and after, Shinru arranged more than 80 clones to infuse the vitality to feed the unawakened soul within the proud god furnace. Chen Shang, Linglong's mother-in-law, and Xiaojing's sister are all looking forward to it at this moment. They want to see what the soul is like after awakening, what kind of abilities it possesses, and what benefits it can bring to Chen Shang. Okay, Shinru smiled. I haven't used up all my clones, it's okay. It should be successful in refining soon. Chen Shang also looked forward to it. Brother Shen, can I continue to stay here? I want to see how it turns out. Shinru looked at Chen Shang, her gentle eyes that made Chen Shang a little unbearable. Of course. Chen Shang nodded. The Ao Shishan Lu is shaking slightly, because the unawakened soul poem inside is gradually awakening, and there are waves of fluctuations. I have made everyone in Leiyuedan withdraw, leaving only my clone to defend. Shinru said, even if it causes a lot of disturbance, others will not doubt it. After all, Leiyuedan is a big one. Alter, it's normal to make movement. Then I can rest assured. Chen Shang said. After the violent shaking of the Ao Shishan furnace, the lid was suddenly opened by the energy inside. A strong shock wave rushed away Chen Shang and Shinru. Shinru was also protecting Chen Shang for the first time, but fortunately, the shock wave didn't last long and didn't cause much damage to Chen Shang. This is not a soul gift. Chen Shang exclaimed after being shocked. This power fluctuation is at the level of the Xiaoming soul. Shinru Zhao said. Brother Shen, have you cultivated the Xiaoming soul? She was more shocked than Chen Shang, because she knew better what Xiaominghan meant. In a universe, there are big and small life souls. In some universes, although there are more than one small life soul, but not many, at most 2 or 3. However, Chen Shang can make one by himself, and it is completely his own. What does this mean? I obviously did it with unawakened soul Fu. Chen Shang also felt incredible. He had indeed thought before that soul Fu could develop into Xiaoming soul, but he didn't expect that he had cultivated it now. The Xiaoming Shun that flew out of the Ao Shishan Lu was white, like a trembling white liquid, and then floated towards Chen Shang. Call it. This group of life soul rushed into Chen Zhang's head. Ah! Chen Shang let out a scream, because this little life soul directly entered the sea of his soul prowess. He had sacrificed his own mind and eyes soul gift before, so today's Xiaoming soul should also have the mind and eyes consciousness, so he knows the soul of the soul that returns to Shen Zhang's soul. Brother Shen, what's the matter with you? Shinru took care of Chen Shang quickly. I'm fine, it's just that it hurts a lot, but it doesn't hurt so much now. Chen Shang gritted his teeth and whispered, that little soul entered my soul. Can Xiaoming Shun still be integrated into the soul? Shinru said in amazement. Then, Brother Shen, how strong will your soul be? I don't know. Chen Shang held his aching head, gently shook his head and said, at present, the soul of Xiaoming and my soul have not completely merged. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4379, 6 Life Souls. Chen Shang also didn't know what would happen if Xiaoming Shun entered his own soul, whether it could bring him special abilities like a soul gift. In fact, he still hopes that Xiaoming Shun can retain the ability of mind and eyesight, and he doesn't need the ability to deprive emotions, as long as the mind and eyesight can see through the hearts of others. Brother Shen, how long does it take for you to fuse the little soul? Shinru asked. Will it take a long time? If it takes too long, I will arrange more clones to protect you. It won't be long, soon. Chen Shang said. I can feel that Xiaoming Shun is quickly fusing with me. If Shinru hadn't seen it with her own eyes, she wouldn't believe that anyone could develop a small life soul. Although this small life soul is very weak and not comparable to that of the universe, it is already very good. She now also knows why she had absorbed so much vitality before, it turned out to be to nurture a little soul. The little soul that Chen Shang had just cultivated was indeed very weak, a tiny bit as big, but this little soul could grow up. The most important thing is that if Chen Zhang's soul merges with this small life soul, it will definitely become more powerful. You know, the promotion of the soul is the most difficult. Under normal circumstances, before upgrading the soul, the strength of the body needs to be increased first in order to carry a powerful soul. This is equivalent to not only cultivating the body but also the soul. It takes a lot of energy, not to mention, and also takes a lot of time, resulting in slow progress. However, Chen Shang is different from others, his body is deposited on a powerful soul. It is the soul that carries the body. Therefore, Chen Xiang's soul will not be restricted, and it can grow and become stronger. This is why, Chen Shang previously planned to cultivate Dao Yuanjing and Heavenly Dao seeds into the soul, so that he can cultivate his soul with peace of mind. Therefore, Chen Zhang's fusion of Xiaoming Shun's soul has been greatly improved, and it will not cause the body to be unable to hold it. Your soul will definitely become stronger, but can your body support it? Shinru was very worried about this, because she knew very well that she would cultivate her soul before she had a strong body, and if her body couldn't bear it, the consequences would be very serious. Don't worry, there is no problem. Chen Shang said. Sister Shinru, my practice is different from others, I am mainly cultivating soul. Ah, if the body is not strong, the soul can also be improved. Shinru was very surprised. How is this done? I don't know, anyway, this is how I practice now. Chen Shang said. What Chen Shang didn't expect was that the speed at which the soul merged with the small life soul was much faster than he expected. He thought that it would take a long time to complete it, but he didn't expect that it was only half an hour in the past, and the soul of Xiaoming had entered the sea of his soul prowess. Is this my new soul gift? My soul gift is a small life soul. Chen Shang also didn't know what to call this new thing. He is not a soul gift, but he can be in the sea of soul gift knowledge. But this is a small life soul again, does it have the power of a soul gift? With a thought, Chen Shang meditated to open his mind and eyes, but he didn't expect to really feel the ability of the mind and eyes. He looked at Shinru and reminded him that Shinru is a trustworthy person, and that Shinru's ability to see is back. However, before Shin Mingyan can see the emotions of others, and the ability to deprive them is gone. Could it be that Shin Mingyan's evolutionary direction was reversed by me? Chen Shang tried to perceive the Xiaoming soul. He wanted to know what abilities the Xiaoming soul had. After all, it evolved from the soul Fu, so he should have some ability or something. After such an attempt, it really worked. The small life soul in the soul of the soul flickered suddenly, and then turned into a hexagonal circle, suspended in the sky of the soul, and it looked very large. There is an eye in the middle of this hexagonal array, which is the clear eye before. Chen Zhang's consciousness is in the middle of this hexagonal magic circle. He is very clear that this hexagonal magic circle is formed by a small life soul. The magic circle changes in various colors, flashing and flashing. It looks a bit like the six god mirror. Suddenly, something appeared in his mind about this little life soul. Chen Shang was surprised. This little soul was created by him. Why is there relevant information? The 6 life souls were born, and 6 laws appeared in the Aoshi universe. After Chen Shang read this paragraph, he was even more surprised. What 6 laws appeared in Aoshi universe because of the little soul he created? This small life soul is also called the 6 life souls. The reason for this is that it has something to do with my possession of cosmic fate. Chen Shang remembered what Linglong's mother-in-law had said before, that people who have the fate of the universe interact with the laws of the universe. What is the ability of the 6 life souls? As soon as Chen Shang finished speaking, he who used his heart and eyes, saw the words, Soul Fu Dao, appear on top of Shinru's head. Then, there was a lot more in his mind, about the 6 principles. In the Aoshi universe, the 6 laws divide 6 cultivation avenues, the demon way, the soul way, the alchemy way, the heavenly way, the prosperous way and the life way. Chen Shang gradually understood that Shinru was from a nightmare, her soul was very strong, and her energy was also high, so she was classified as Soul Dao and Fu Dao, so it was called Soul Fu Dao. He suddenly thought of Shen Zhenyi's demon Soul Dao. I wonder if it is the demon Dao and Soul Dao in these 6 laws. Chen Shang looked at his own way. Good fellow, it turned out to be covered by the 6 ways. He still doesn't know what the 6 powers of these 6 laws are. Then he looked at Aoshi Shenlu, it was the soul of life. Aoshi Shenlu was originally a life soul, Linglong mother-in-law is also a life soul, so it is indeed a combination of life and soul. Sister Xiaojing is from the soul Dao, and the ape demon dragon is the demon Dao. They are considered monsters, and because of their main body cultivation. But they seem to also cultivate souls. Chen Shang still didn't understand. Brother Shen, does that little life soul have any abilities? Shinru next to him asked curiously. I haven't unearthed it yet. Chen Shang said, but there is something more in my mind. Ah, what? Is it fate and soul memory? Shinru became more excited, and hurriedly asked. Fate and soul memory may reveal the mystery of the law. Mastering the mystery of the law is very helpful. Ah, is there such a saying? Chen Shang thought about it carefully, it was indeed the secret of the law. Then, he briefly talked about the 6 principles. After listening, Shinru frowned and said, in this way, I should be the combination of Soul Dao and Fu Dao, that is, Soul Fu Dao. Although I also practice alchemy, I should not be alchemy, because I am after me. It's up. Chen Shang didn't say that she could see Shinru as Soul Fu Dao, it was Shinru that she inferred. But I don't have a soul gift. Could it be said that I can cultivate a soul gift? It's just something missing. Shinru seemed to have realized something and exclaimed, as expected, it is the mystery of the law. After contacting it, it is like opening the door to the new world. Chen Shang also felt that Tianma people could cultivate soul fu, but they hadn't realized the method of cultivating soul fu. Do you like this site? Donate here. World Defying Dan God Chapter 4380, Fu Yuan Zhen Jing. Shinru secretly rejoiced that her decision to help Chen Shang was right. She had hesitated before, whether to pay such a high price to help Chen Shang, and then she chose to help. She didn't think about how Chen Shang would repay her at the time. She only knew that Chen Shang was a very talented alchemist, and it was not wrong to have a close relationship with him. It didn't take long for Chen Shang to expose her to the mystery of the law, and she felt that it didn't take long for her to comprehend the cultivation method of soul fu. What Chen Shang was more puzzled was why he would cultivate the 6 paths. For example, in the demon way, he didn't cultivate. What is fate? What is the way of heaven? Among the 6 principles, the demon way, the soul way, the alchemy way, the heavenly way, the Fu Dao, and the fate way, Chen Shang believes that he has only deeply practiced the alchemy way, Fu Dao and soul way. He had no contact with the other 3. Sister Shinru, are you grasping the breakthrough point now? Chen Shang asked, because he also saw that Shinru had a lot of sentiment about soul fu at this time. It seems to have caught something, but didn't catch it. Shinru shook her head lightly, frowned and thought, then smiled. In fact, this kind of thing can't be anxious. My current understanding of the soul, it's like taking root and sprouting, it's just the beginning. I can't rush. She is quite open to it. No, Chen Shang shook his head and said, sometimes the time comes to realize things. If you don't catch it, you will miss it. I'm worried that this will happen. If you miss it, you can miss it. This kind of thing is unacceptable, isn't it? Shinru smiled and said, anyway, it is not part of my practice plan to cultivate soul wealth. Now I have a little insight. It's good. Sister Shinru, maybe you have too little empowerment right now, so you don't have a higher level of sentiment. Chen Shang felt that it was possible, and said, or else, I will help you restore your vitality now. When your empowerment reaches its peak, maybe there will be some new insights. It's not easy, Shinru said, even if it is supplemented by the power of my clone, it can't be supplemented. She still has some clones that haven't injected vitality into the Aoshishan Lu, but those clones have relatively little vitality. Shinru's deity's primordial power pool is very large, and those clones are simply unsatisfied. Chen Shang also knows that Shinru's primordial power pool is huge, otherwise she would not be close to the strength of the king. He was looking at Shinru with his heart and eyes, and he could clearly see how big Shinru's pool of energy, but now it was almost exhausted, so he felt a little guilty in his heart. In order to help him refine soul fu, Shinru drained her own Fu Yuan power pool. I can make alchemy, Chen Shang smiled. Sister Shinru, if you just refine the heavenly nightmare Yuandan or something, it would be too wasteful for me. Brother Shen, what else can you refine? Shinru asked quickly. I want to see and see. Although you belong to the heavenly nightmare universe, your soul is no different from ours. Chen Shang said, the pills used to enhance the soul should be the same. Then I will refine the holy soul pill. Afterwards, Chen Shang briefly talked about the effect of this pill. After hearing this, Shinru quickly said, Brother Shen, don't worry, our heavenly nightmare universe has a similar material, which can produce strong astral power without the need for a soul, and even contains a vitality. Only medicinal materials can have this effect. Chen Shang said in surprise. The medicinal materials that can give vitality. That's not a medicinal material, but a strange crystal. As for how it is formed, we still haven't figured it out. While speaking, Shinru took out a root that was more than 10 feet long from the magic treasure in the storage. Where is that crystal? Chen Shang didn't see it. Inside the roots, Shinru said, there are many such big trees in the heavenly nightmare universe. We dug a lot and store them. She dug a piece from the root of the tree and handed it to Chen Shang. Chen Shang took it and took a closer look, and found that there were many rice-sized crystals inside the root of this tree. Inside the crystal, there is indeed an energizing force. Then what is the pill you have made? Chen Shang was a little surprised and asked. Maybe this is the key to increasing the vitality and increasing the vitality pool. This material is difficult to smelt, so we can't make it into a pill, and we can't extract the inner soul energy and vitality. After Shinru gently shook her head, her soft eyes looked at Chen Shang with anticipation. Brother Shen, maybe you have a way, you can cultivate your soul prowess, and you can also cultivate a small life soul. It shouldn't be a problem if you want to cultivate this kind of Fu Yuan root crystal. Fu Yuan Zhenjing, how long have you discovered this kind of thing? Has no one successfully cultivated it? Chen Shang asked. No, even the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King can't make it. Speaking of the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King, Shinru suddenly became a little excited and smiled. Brother Shen, if you successfully cultivate it, maybe the Heavenly Nightmare Pill King will treat you more trust. Then I will try, Chen Shang said. Get more. Yeah, Shinru took out several more. Chen Shang controlled the Aoshi Shen furnace and put these large tree roots outside into the inner space of the god furnace, and then he began to inject the flame refining. Chen Shang just refined the alchemy according to the normal alchemy method. He didn't feel any pressure or difficulty. The process was also very calm and he didn't encounter difficulties. It was difficult for him to refine that little life soul before, so refining these is nothing at all. Shinru widened her beautiful and gentle eyes beside her, staring at the furnace, looking forward to the result. Chen Shang closed his eyes, feeling what kind of improvement the 6 souls of life had brought to him. The improvement in soul is great, this is what Chen Shang can clearly feel, and then it is the improvement of the vitality. The Fu Dao given to him by Lu Dao Ming's soul was set at the 15th order, while Shinru's Fu Dao was only at the 9th order. You know, Shinru is from the Heavenly Nightmare, and her strength is close to the level of the Heavenly Nightmare King. Her primordial power pool is very large, but it is only a 9th rank. Chen Shang has just discovered that the 6 Fate Souls can assess the 6 classes. For example, his Demon Dao, Heaven Dao, and Life Dao are all rank 5, while Soul Dao, Fu Dao, and Dao Pill are all rank 15. Sister Shinru's alchemy is only tier 4. Chen Shang quietly looked at Shinru, and was very surprised to find that her alchemy was so low level. Could it be that every one of the 6 realms can only be counted as entering the realm after it has passed the 5th stage? Chen Shang secretly thought. Because he has passed the 5th order in all 6 ways. Shinru's Soul Dao and Fu Dao are both tier 9, so only the 2nd Dao of Soul Fu is shown to her. Chen Shang originally thought that Shinru's clone was the altar master of the Danyu altar, so the deity should be very powerful in alchemy. He didn't expect it to be such a dish, and he hadn't entered the Dao.